For sure. Kyle, take it away.
Hard points are an attachment option. So if a thing has one hard point, there's one thing you can add to it. Our ship has 5 hard points. Most blaster pistols have 1 hard point. There's an entire series of things called mods that you can install for a cost. Those mods come with enhancements or attachments, which are separate and the same. I made a giant write-up on it. In fact, you will find it in the references under vehicle attachments and mods.
I'm not even. That's like varsity shit. I'm still JV right now. Okay, yeah. Got it.
The important thing is every piece of kit can have something put on it more often than not. You bring that piece of kit to me in character, and I can do it for cheaper.
Oh, good.
Can that be our first merch? Can that be? That's varsity level shit. I'm back in JV, boy. Oh, that's so funny.
I actually, now this is a true story.
Oh, here we go.
I was hooking up with somebody.
Oh, great!
And
in the North Shore Lions costume,
right? And they asked me to do some, pretty advanced things, and I was like, that's varsity shit. I'm more like JV. And they said, what? Look.
I think we may actually need to cut that.
I don't know.
Checkbox for explicit.
Even funnier.
Yeah. No, we will cut this out. I'm so curious. Please tell me.
No, it wasn't that. I mean, it's not unusual. It's just I wasn't going to do it.
Okay. My Urban Dictionary knowledge is.
Let's just say I didn't bring my coupons for a 5-finger discount. Let's just say that.
All right. Well, with that we will cut out.
No, we won't.
No. Like I refuse. Mind you, we did have a whole conversation about docking last time.
For what?
It's not.
Anyway,
this is on the internet.
Started.
Fisting's a thing. We now know Trev not into it. Moving on.
Not into it. That's so we. So
I didn't say not into it. I said not prepared to do it.
Oh,
God
okay.
damn it.
Well, with that, not prepared to do it.
That is a significant difference.
It is.
It's the difference between checking it off of a list and leaving it on the list.
Oh God!
You remember? Never mind.
Joke.
Yeah. Oh my God. On that very outstretched note.
No, clearly not stretched. He wasn't prepared.
He wasn't prepared. No.
Oh. Look at the rip. It can make things a very bad night. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Can I ask how old were you when this happened?
42. 33.
Oh, geez, so this was happening in the middle of the war.
Middle of the war, yeah.
The Great War, I mean.
the Great War. World War One.
The War of 1812 is what it was. This happened back in the Louisiana Purchase.
Wait. How old are you, if you don't mind?
He won't tell us.
What do you mean?
He believes he's been alive since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Trev,
we don't want to know the answer.
No. No. Just a week. Yeah.
All right, I've discussed this in the Star Trek game. I'm 49. I was born in 1975.
Okay.
Wait. I legitimately thought that you were older than that, and I'm so sorry.
By a solid 20 years.
I actually thought you were in your late 50s.
Am I the only one who remembers that conversation?
No! When do you think Gerald R. Ford was president?
I thought we
knew you were alive when Gerald R. Ford was alive. That still gives a decent gap.
Elvis was still alive when I was born. That's a long time ago. But it wasn't that long.
You know what? You know who wasn't alive?
You.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying.
Nobody else in the group.
My mother and my father.
Yeah, no.
We're for intergenerational friendships, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
there it is.
I have friends from high school who have 30-year-old kids. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 of them are
That
in this
makes me
group.
feel.
I will
Makes me
say.
feel real old.
Yeah. I will say. So, before we start, Kyle, do you think our banter took a better turn, or?
I don't know. I definitely forgot to put up the overlay, so no one knows who was talking.
Oh, really?
I'm fairly confident the 2 people that listen to us have figured out who we are by our voices.
Yeah, you think.
So
who's the weird,
quickly.
effeminate one? He talks a lot.
all of them.
I figured out who was who pretty quickly when I was listening to you guys.
Yeah. I don't know why I still put up the overlay.
You could, I think, probably just to confirm that. Anyway,
I definitely use it to find out when I'm cutting when you're AFK, because I'll just quickly scan through it like hyperspeed for when it's muted.
yeah. So I think that it's definitely a tool that you should use. Okay, well, we'll get started. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Let's try that one again, but with a little more sullen.
All right, yeah, for sure. I'll get closer to the mic.
Roll it back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Is that supposed to be like
Here, I tell ya,
erotic?
I got little pointers here.
Jesus Christ!
I was gonna make a hard nipple joke, so good on you.
What is going on over here?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Last we left off, all hell broke loose on the planet Formos. After what actually? Last time was such a whirlwind. I feel like we need to give me just 1 second. We actually will cut this out. Give me just 1 second. I'm just pulling up your notes, which I should already.
It was pretty rough for most of us.
Cam got his ass beaten. Kybex walked through
that
like
was
John Wick.
Just brilliant.
A bunch of
I
luck
think it
for
went
Cam
over
and
his
Lina.
head.
I think all of you missed my pun.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. I think that went over.
I missed what
everyone
you
else's
said
head.
entirely.
I thought it was.
I would have picked up on the pun.
Yeah, last we left off, a lot of things happened. Lina saw Tam and Sari running towards the Imperial compound, hoping to free Cam, who is being held captive. They snuck in and were immediately murked by several a large complement of stormtroopers. Sari's arm was crippled by the stormtroopers, and Tam just fully went out. Both of them went out. They were then taken captive, upon which time, through some luck, Cam was able to escape from captivity, join up with Lina, and then they all headed back to the Stormrunner. And back at the Stormrunner, Kybax fully went John Wick, murdered several stormtroopers. They all met up. Kybax then went back to the Imperial office, finished everyone there, and ended up killing. Yeah, ended up killing Captain Castilcara, fully looting the place once the Stormrunner got there, and taking the injured Sari and the injured Tam back to the Stormrunner. They then hightailed it out of there, pretty much convincing the 2 or 3 TIE fighters that were in orbit of Foremost to get the fuck out, or else they're going to be next. They then took off to Sleheyron. And we pick up the action here. Well, first things first, before we get started here, I am going to do what we always do and sometimes almost forget to do. We're going to roll for Destiny here. Destiny, everybody click the button.
Why are you all working against me?
Yikers. All right.
Sorry, it's my kink.
As the rather violent actions on Foremost that were necessary sort of weighs on you all in various states of unconsciousness. We are going to go ahead and cut to the Stormrunner. Make sure that our vibes are going. You are at hyperspace. The ship is safe. Yep, I need a bunch of tokens to be drug out. Doot, and doot. Where is the med bay on the ship is one question. Is it this area over here?
Yep.
Okay. Tam, you are still pretty much fully unconscious.
Do what?
You cut out there. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Tam is fully still unconscious. He was carried onto the ship. Sorry, you are sort of sitting up, sort of perched up against the bed. And Lina, you're sort of tending to them. Cam and Kybax. Cam is probably driving the ship. There's Kybax's token. Oh, there's 2 Kybaxes. He reproduces by budding. And Kybax is sort of hanging around. In the med bay, Lina. Yeah. Oh, and J9. Yes. J9 and W, named respectively. W and J9 are hanging out in the med bay, sort of where the most of the action is taking place. Cam, I'm assuming you're driving the ship. What is Kybax doing?
Kybax actually needs to be in the med bay. Because he has 2 critical injuries that he's just kind of been dealing with.
Okay. Crowded area in the med bay. Kind of, Lina, you see your patient sort of. You have medical training. You're not like a full doctor.
I have a med droid.
Yeah. So, we should. God, that's
No,
definitely.
so it's one of the little
Okay,
floating
for.
Medroids. No, it gives me a
Oh,
rank
right.
surgeon.
I see. Yes. Your med droid is sort of. You see, he's using sort of his hooked appendages to close the facial lacerations on Tam. Sorry, you're just sort of sitting there, your arm, sort of limp.
Okay. Okay. He's sewing up Tam. Kybak's gonna have to give me a minute. W, can you take J9 over to my workshop? I don't have time to build you a body yet, or even the parts, but we're going to Sleheyron, so maybe I can get them there. So just both of you, please. You're just underfoot right now. And sorry, let's take a look at that hand.
You see W whistles back, and J9 says, well, don't worry about me. You obviously have your hands full. I will be carried by W to the, and we're going. Oh, okay. Oh, you see that W slams J9's head into sort of the wall as they disappear down the engineering hallway.
Okay, so I know I'm going to have to spend a lot of time on Tam while he's unconscious because there's a bunch of things that are broken on him, and you've got a hole in your hand. Kybax, what's wrong with you?
You, for the first time that you have ever seen, are seeing Kybax kind of lean against a wall. I just need a pain reliever.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. She's start with him because he seems to be the fastest and easiest.
Yes, reverse triage.
Okay, all the major triaging has happened. It's been like 6 hours.
Yep. For sure. Let's continue recovering. Perfect.
Specifically, the only one that I really need got, it's just until the end of the encounter. So yeah, just take away the stinger, and I'll be good.
Yes. For that, the difficulty of the medicine check to get rid of a critical injury. Are we so specifically, Lina? As you take a look at Kybax, are you dealing with the wounds first, or are you dealing with the critical injuries?
Whatever is causing the most pain. Wounds take at least a week to deal with, so... critical injuries take at least a week to deal with, so I'm taking care of the wounds and concurrently taking care of the critical injuries. They're going to have to keep coming in every, 6 hours.
Yes. For this here, persistent until treated, okay.
Yeah, we'll start with the wounds.
Okay, cool. For that there, the effect has expired.
I just had a thought. Shouldn't Sorry be rolling 2 force dice for the Destiny pool since she has a force rating of 2 now?
I don't believe
I
that's
have
how
been.
that works. Oh, you?
Oh no, that's not how that works. That's
It's not? Okay.
No.
that's just for force powers, as far as I know.
Yeah, there's it's just everybody rolls one of those force die in order to just set the count. So you are actually able. So with a medicine check, you are able to get rid of critical injuries. Like you can still succeed on.
You just have to. You only can have 1 a week. Yeah.
Well, recovering from I think naturally, they have a chance to roll, like, so you can see.
So here, so it all comes down to the actual roll. You get 1 wound per success. Every success beyond the success is an extra wound.
Yeah.
A triumph can heal critical injuries as well as additional wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm healing wounds, there's a chance I can heal a critical wound if I get a triumph.
Right, but the with I think the week metric that you're using is for rest. So they can only recover 1 critical injury per week naturally, but like with medical care, you can do that since we're outside of an encounter. You can do that, and it Oh, a character may attempt 1 medicine check per week per critical injury. Okay, well, I'm over here.
Yep.
Just continue reading the fucking whatever. All right. Yeah, do whatever you want to do.
I will take care of the wounds to start.
Okay.
Because if I get a triumph, yes. I can use it to cure his critical.
For sure. So, his current wounds are equal to half or less of his wound threshold, so it will just be a difficulty 1 medicine check. Okay.
I get an extra 2 wounds on top of this for my 2 ranks in surgeon.
Alrighty.
Never mind. Kybox, you're done.
Kybox. All right. Well, so yeah. Yeah, 4 advantages. I will. So since you have 2 days of travel time here, so I will say, it's once per encounter that you can do one of these. I think you just have to do something else before trying again, essentially.
Yeah. Here's some painkillers. I'll get to you in a bit. Just go sit in the lounge and rest.
You got it.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's see if I can patch up that hand. Can you pass me the
Just kind of shrugs.
Tell me if this hurts.
For sure. Let's go ahead and take a look. So the severity of the crippled hand is a severity 3. So that is going to be the difficulty for the medicine check. Difficulty 3 medicine check. So you're identifying specifically you're going for the critical injury. Okay. So success in this means that you get rid of the critical injury.
Yeah. I'm going to use the light side point.
All right.
Use it before someone else wastes it on me.
And there it is. Yep. 1 success and 2 advantages. I believe. Can you use those advantages towards wounds as well?
Advantages heal 1. They also heal strains. So each success beyond heals 1 wound.
Right.
I get another 2 wounds. So technically, they should lose 3 wounds as well as the critical injury.
As well as the critical injury. Yes. You begin with this. You see this surgeon droid sort of takes a look. And what is the name of the surgeon droid? Have you named it yet?
Of course I named it. Who do you think you're talking to?
Yeah. Give me a
MD4.
designation. MD4. So MD is for short.
Yeah.
Well, very nice. MD. MD4. All right. So, with MD's assistance, you see that he sort of, the droid sort of follows you as you move along. This takes a decent amount of time. You go through, you see several bunches of nerves were completely damaged. You continue to go through. There's a lot of there would normally be blood loss, but since this is an energy weapon doing this, a lot of the damage is nerve related. So it's a lot of burned away flesh, a lot of nerve bundles that are just not where they were before. You put in some nerve grafts. You fix up the skin. Sorry, as this is going, sort of MD is anesthetizing you as you go. You begin to sort of feel your arm again, which at first is not good because it starts hurting really a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
and it continues going up, and you see that as the last sort of patch of skin goes up, you are down to 3 wounds on your wound track, and you have full feeling of your left arm. As we continue going.
Lina yawns. Okay, sorry. Okay, just go rest for a bit. And can you close the curtain on your way out? I got to start on some of the bigger TAM issues. And she hands whatever tool she's working on to her third arm, and Okay, let's see what's wrong with you. Picks up a pair of scissors and starts cutting his pants.
Jessa, do you want to, I'm not sure if you can get closer to your mic or turn up the input volume on a little bit. You are just coming in a little quiet.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
Could you say what you said again?
Sorry just shrugs and says, you should have left me for last.
No, like, he's fine. Yours was important. Just thank you for your concern. Can you shut the curtain?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
She shuts the curtain.
Okay. Sorry, as you are dismissed from the medbay, where do you go first? You can see you see sort of around the corner Kyvax is just kind of sitting in the lounge. I'm assuming just sort of not do.
He has started disassembling his Bola carbine to replace the energy pack. Gun parts all over the table.
Yeah, she's just gonna sit next to him and just kind of lean against him.
Doing all right, kid?
She just shrugs.
This wasn't on you.
Yes, it was.
It really wasn't. It was on me for sending you there in the first place. If you're willing, I'd like to train you up a little bit so that you can make sure this doesn't happen again. So next time so that this doesn't happen again. I can't. I'm sorry I put you in that position.
If I hadn't been so showy, wouldn't have happened at all.
The Force is a part of you. Not your fault the Empire's a bunch of decoots.
Doesn't change the fact that they wouldn't have been there if I had not done what I did.
That's on them. That ain't on you.
She just kind of shrugs like, you're not gonna relent. She knows that.
Well, if you're bound and determined, you can always work on maybe being a little less showy with the abilities. I remember the Jedi used to be able to do things subtly.
Yeah.
Hey. If you need anything, you know I'm here for you, right?
Of course. Thank you, Uncle.
You're welcome. And hey, you got any weapons need maintained, hand them over. I'll give them a look.
I think I'm okay right now.
You see, W sort of rolls by, sort of, does the concerned, like, protocol sound, though? And, sort of just nudges Kyvax.
You want to go zap, hey, you want to go watch this one zap, Bandandova? That'll make you feel better.
She shrugs.
W makes a very concerned noise. he
hasn't
sort
got
of,
to zap him yet. And he said that's what he wanted to do.
yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
That was a condition of his employment, that he get to zap Band and Doba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, W does and sort of opens the door, shuts it. After a moment, you go, "Hey, what the fuck? Shut!"
I think Tyvek doesn't laugh, but the energy's mirthful.
Mm-hmm. You see W sort of walks by. He walks by. He grows legs and walks by. Sort of.
It's just stolen Band and Dobas.
Yep. The door opens. Cam. W sort of. He jacks into the computer console really quick, and he says, "I have it from here. If you want to close your eyes for a moment, or whatever you humanoids do."
I think I'll go get something to eat. Thanks, W.
Wee! And you see W takes over the piloting controls.
Am I interrupting?
Tyvek kind of turns the helmet so that the visor's looking at Sari, and then looks up at Cam like, "I'm an acts of service kind of guy, and there's not much I can do here." That's communicated but not said.
Okay.
Cam starts,
Yes, that incredibly specific character moment.
And if it wasn't for
that's
the
definitely
Mandalorian, like
Mhm.
they have proven they can convey so much with just a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. It's the body language. That Mandalorians have it down to an art form.
What are you cooking?
That is a good question.
You take a look at some of the supplies that y'all have stored up. The stores are pretty. I mean, you guys have a decent amount of food stores here. It's just sort of you're missing some of the stuff that'll make it actually taste good. You see.
Good thing we have a bunch of spice. Didn't.
Katara's gonna do her best to make some comfort food.
Yeah, you see that you have some. You have these canned, sort of starchy, small vegetables. You have some. Actually, you actually were able to pick up on your last round some red, kind of like red bell pepper almost. You have some, substitute like dairy products and stuff. You have enough to like make some hummus and like have some pita with it.
Alright then. She's gonna make that.
Cool. You get sort of the industrial size like. Oh, and you guys also did you install the coffee maker? The calf maker?
Is it something we can just plug and go? If so, then absolutely fucking yes.
Yeah, so you do need to clear some room for it, but you can see it's like we can put it in, but you can see it's kind of blocking the way to the port escape pod. You see a big calf cylinder just sort of leaning against it. It's plugged in and it's ready to go. Yeah.
Remind me to see what I can do about getting a bigger kitchen.
Get a bigger shit.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could put some, additional shelf space along this wall over here.
Mm-hmm. You do have like a cool little pantry area in here. You could get rid of one of those shelves and then put the calf maker right there.
We could.
Yeah, you finish up making the hummus and the pita, and I'm assuming you walk over.
Yep.
All right.
Sit down, set the food down.
Do you have an emergency induction port?
Go fish.
No. No, Jack knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
I thought. Can I tell you? Can we push pause? I want to tell you what I thought that meant. I thought you and Sari were playing like cards, but instead you were using the weapon parts.
No, it's not even close to what was happening.
There's a scene in Mass Effect 3 where a character who is constantly wearing an environment suit because they're allergic to everything and will die if they don't, is drunk. And they explained that they managed to ingest the alcohol through the clever use of this emergency induction port. Tali, that's a straw. Emergency induction port.
Oh, so I was way off.
Yeah.
That's why I said go fish. God, I'm an idiot.
Well, when people make references to media you're not familiar with,
Yeah, no, for sure.
we've all been there.
As you guys start sort of getting back to like normalcy, not being shot at, eating your hummus, Lima, go ahead and give me what do you see Tam's wounds are currently at 39. I will say that he's currently so unless you reduce his wound threshold to below his current wounds to below his threshold, he will remain unconscious. But you do know that you could probably bring him back up. It would mean reversing all the pain meds that he's on. But yeah, so what? Which is a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so while her med droid and she's stitching, she's resetting, she's doing everything she can to stabilize or continue stabilizing. So yes, I will do a medicine check to reduce his wound threshold or his wounds down to a respectable level.
Okay. So this is going to be a difficulty 3 medicine check. His current wounds do exceed his wound threshold by a significant number, by almost by.
I would like to
3 times
employ stim packs.
Yes. So for that, how many stim packs do you have?
I have at least 2 between the 2 med packs we have. Technically, they generate a single stim pack per encounter. And I think that might be it for stim packs on this ship.
I have 2 stim packs.
I have 4 stim packs.
Anybody else have a?
2. I had a med pack.
I'm counting your med pack. I'm counting my med pack, and I'm counting Sari's too. If I administer a
Cam
stim
will
pack,
donate 2 stim packs to the cause.
they can only
Well,
have
you can
5
have
a
one
day.
of those. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
what? 1?
So at best, I'll take 1. At best, it can be
9, 12, 14. So it's 15 wounds if you use If you use 5 stim packs, it's 15 wounds.
add an extra 5 to that. I add +1, so I roll 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, so it's 20 then.
Yeah, so I can do 20 plus my check.
All right, yep. So 20 immediately. Yeah, you load him up. That reduces his current wounds to 19.
Yeah.
His threshold is at 12. He is currently at 19. So I don't believe it's possible on one roll unless you roll very, very well.
Yeah, no, it's not possible on one roll.
Mm-hmm. How about this? I will say, if you want to try to bring him up now, you do have 2 days of travel time, so it's not necessarily succeed at I will spend 1 of my dark side points, and then I will I will upgrade a difficulty on a hard check by 1. So just like so.
Yeah.
1 red, 2 purples.
Yep.
If you do that, I will have him be in his body fully paralyzed, but he can be awake.
Okay. Well, I can't spend that back at you, so you get what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
There it is.
So 6 extra wounds on that.
Yeah, 6 extra wounds. That's very, very close though. That's 13 wounds out of 12. Tam,
You're awake. Everything is pain.
Yeah. So you wake up
and naked.
He is. And Tam, you the first thing you do realize is you are fully naked. You are covered by a sheet at least.
Yeah. Linus, 3 arms, goggles down. There's a droid floating above you.
Mm-hmm. Your eyes open and you see Lina in full work mode, not unattractively fixing you. You see MD is keeping you held down mostly as Lina is performing actual surgery on you. You wake up. You are in considerable pain, but you are conscious.
Okay. Yeah. He opens his eyes and says, Lina.
Oh, shit! Oh, God, why are you awake?
He looks down.
Drugs.
He goes, wait a minute. Tell me one thing. Please. One thing.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. Just shut up. I gotta find the drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
I grab her hand and go,
No.
2 things first. Did you take me to dinner first?
What?
And he looks
no.
down at his naked body.
Oh God! No! No. No. No.
And
Everything all right back there?
Yeah. Everything's fine. No, we're good. Everything's
True. Tell me you can fix my face.
Well, maybe.
Please. It's me money maker.
Do you knock him out?
Yeah.
Okay. Do a medicine check difficulty 1. I will. Yeah, medicine check difficulty just to anesthetize him. Yeah, you see, you miss the vein.
Oh, passes out from the pain.
She very shyly grabs an extra sheet and just throws it on him. Okay, well, MD, just keep an eye on him. Let me know. I'm gonna go to. Yeah, just let me know if anything happens, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to zombie walk her way to engineering.
You guys all see Lina's haunted expression as she walks by, trying to not make eye contact.
You all right, kid?
Fine, just got work to do. Bye. Taking the white coat that has Tam's blood on it off, and
She realized he was naked that whole time, didn't she?
okay.
I think I'm gonna make sure she has something to eat.
Oh, you're drawing a path. It's so nice.
Excuse me, J9. I move his head aside and I pull out a sketch pad and I start drawing.
I hope that's not your blood. Oh,
no,
Master Cameron. Well, not Master Cameron. Cameron.
Cam just sets some food down, winks, and walks off.
You see,
thank you.
It's hummus, lovely plated with some olive oil and hot sauce.
Yep. I continue sketching my next project. Need something to relax with.
Okay, but how quickly does that sketch turn into Tam's naked butt?
Mm-hmm.
It does not,
Make
but
me a-
part of the sketch
make me a-
does get ruined when she falls asleep on it.
Okay. So we do have now probably around very close to 2 days worth of travel time. That 2 days is yours to use however we'd like. I know that we would probably I'm not sure if we have any more social scenes that we wanted to run. We could absolutely continue moving.
I believe there is a
Forward.
list.
Some of them do require a Sleheyron.
Yeah. Let me get to my list. I believe there is. It's so funny. Yes. Research ahead of time.
What kind of roll would I have to do to try and heal from a critical injury?
So that roll wouldn't happen for another 5 days. So
Yeah, you just have to come harass Lina when she has a minute.
Or you could try it on your own, but it would be a resilience check. Okay. After, yeah, Lina, you fall asleep. Yeah, we'll take a couple of them. Tam, you are sort of sitting awake. MD has sort of deactivated for the night. You just are hooked up to some feeds at this moment.
I'm sorry, my medical droid who was on watch him and let me know put himself to sleep?
Just like a sleep mode. Yeah,
I was gonna have fucking
Sorry.
words, and MD5 was about to join the crew.
Sorry, you noticed that Tam is sort of awake and he's still like covered up with his sheet, but there's no one really in there.
What do you mean there's no one really in there?
Yeah, I was I just was saying that you sort of walking by.
For a moment, it sounded like you were trying to insinuate that Tam was in a coma.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was a little unsure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
His chest rises and falls, but there's no one really in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to prompt you, but
Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah. She's definitely gonna walk in and just kind of wistfully look down, like she's feeling a heavy burden over this whole ordeal. Still feels incredibly guilty.
Damn, you're sort of lost in your own thoughts, just not really able to move, and you sort of sense a presence in your room with you.
And Tam looks up and says, "Oh, sorry. Just come in. Proceed."
She kind of looks at him like, what?
He gives her a wave. Come here. Come here.
She kind of reluctantly agrees and heads over.
It's feeling.
Sorry, you're really quiet for me.
All right. How you feeling, kid?
I mean, she kind of motions down at him, like, how do you think I feel?
Hopefully not as bad as me. I can tell you that much. Oh, boy, we had a hell of a time back there, didn't we?
She just kind of sighs, because she's like, I mean, you wouldn't be there if it wasn't for me.
How would you think, kid?
Sorry, you broke up.
Nick says, "Is that what you think?"
I mean, it's the truth.
Well, listen, when I heard Cam and Lina were in there, nothing, and I mean nothing, was going to keep me from getting them out. Not you, not Kybax, not the Empire. That sound okay?
She kind of sighs a little bit. She's like, but if I hadn't been so stupid with my powers...
Look, kid. If there's one thing I've learned, is that the best thing you can have is mates who look out for you, who cover your back. Who were covering my back, who were covering Cam and Lina's back, Kybax were covering our back. This thing we've got here, well, let me just say, I'm lucky to be here. When you close your eyes at night, I want you to remember that. You're lucky to be here, the people you have around you. It's like me. It's been tough making my way in the world by myself on my own. I haven't really had a lot of people looking out for me. And quite frankly, when I first boarded this ship, I didn't think that you guys would look at me either. I was working for Maber. I had a price on my head. You didn't ask questions. You just accepted me. As I am.
I mean, what else is there to do?
Trust me. If you had the same friends that I've had in my life, it's a lot more you could do. A lot worse.
I mean, that doesn't
you?
sound like friendship. That sounds like you've been forced to work with shitty people.
Yeah. Sounds like desperation is what it sounds like. And that's exactly what it is. Desperation. I ain't desperate anymore.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
He puts his hand over Sari's hand. He says, yeah, pretty good.
Kind of looks at him and sighs. I wish I knew how to heal you.
I think Lina's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I mean, Lina's amazing.
Yeah,
but
she is, isn't she? Just like you.
Well, if there's anything I can do for you, please.
Yeah,
just
there
tell
is.
me.
There is.
Yeah. She looks up, with hope in her eyes.
Smile when you think of me.
She blinks and stares at him for a second.
God.
And then just kind of sighs. Such a dumbass. But she's smiling the whole time. How are you so stupid? And how is it so fucking endearing?
You guys just laugh with each other.
Yeah.
He starts laughing, goes, oh, it hurts.
That really gets her cracking up. It's like, oh my god. What am I gonna do with you?
Yeah, I was just making sure you knew that he was obviously joking when he said that. I mean, when he said he's hurt. It's not to make her feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's
yeah,
2 a.m.
Yeah, you see that MD is like, tweet. Oh, fuck. He just comes over. You got everybody sort of walks around. Beautiful.
Did Lina get the alarm?
Yeah, Lina, you woke up. You see
Lina
Jewel
comes
is covering your drawing.
sprinting in, piece of paper stuck to the side of it. What's wrong, Gwen? Why is everyone laughing? She's half asleep still.
I don't know.
I'm laughing because he's a fucking idiot.
Okay. Well,
That gets
good
all
night,
of you
then.
laughing. Beautiful. All right. Yeah. You have that very pretty moment with each other. I love that. Yes. Well, let's see here. The next day sort of lingers around. You see W gives everybody a status report. No noticeable contacts on the trade route. You all have this sense that you've been holding your breath for such a long time. You've been on the run. You've been actively running towards danger, and now you feel like a sense of normalcy return to the ship. We're not talking about spice, at least at the moment. We're not talking about Imperials sort of getting in the way. You all just sort of get back into your normal routines. You'll wake up whenever you guys wake up. Breakfast is sort of being prepared, and a new day dawns. Okay. Continuing. Both. Yeah, let's see here. Cam, do you head right into the kitchen to start cooking, or are you going around to the flight deck?
Well, if there's anything going on the flight deck, alarms would be blaring. So she's gonna head to the kitchen.
Okay, for sure. You whom through the wall.
Yes, you do.
Tybax is already cooking.
Yeah, Tybax.
Yeah.
At some point today, when you got a moment, I'd like to talk to you.
I got a moment right now. What's up?
In private.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Well, let me put the finishing touches on this. Just a scramble.
You see a Northwest scramble with some leftover hummus in it. And yes, I said Northwest. Full of contempt. Anyway, continuing. Stupid.
Where do you want to meet?
Outside.
What?
I'm sorry, for some reason I thought you were talking about like breakfast sausage or something.
No, I said, where do you want to go?
You said, where do you want to meet? And then she said, outside?
On the side. I thought it was like adding it to the scramble or something. Camel motion to the cargo bay.
Oh, the scramble already got spiced sausage in it.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are walking in, Lina sleepily walks by, grabs the plates for my patient by.
Mm-hmm.
Cam thumbs up.
Sorry, did you hang out in the med bay all night, or did you go back and sleep?
Probably hung out there all day, basically.
Yeah. Lina, you walk in and you see Sari sort of leaning against the bed. Tam, did you guys go to sleep that previous night, or were you just up shooting the shit?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty tired. He's still drugged, so he did fall asleep eventually.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And yeah, you guys are back in the cargo bay. Kymax and Cam. You guys hear from the inside of the cargo the life pods.
Aren't they in the other cargo bay?
Nope.
No, they're in this
No,
one.
they're in. Yeah, this one is full. Is like you hear it like on the other side of a big stack of cargo. This
Okay.
cargo bay is full.
Not here then.
Oh, okay. Yes.
The explosive heavy one.
Yeah.
The soundproof one.
What's wrong?
I've never really paid that much attention to your job, the specifics. But the Imperial problem aside, if that's kind of what it's normally like, I can't do that.
I can promise you that was anything but normal.
I'm not talking about what happened with the Imperials. I'm talking about with getting banned in Doba. Kybax, I ordered my sister to murder someone in cold blood.
Yeah. Like I said, that was far from normal. I normally don't go after people like that. At least not without several more months of prep. I didn't realize what we'd be walking into. I'm sorry about that. And believe you me, I'm going to have words with Mabel when we get there. She did not warn me of this. If I had had any inkling that it was going to be like this, I would not have brought you.
Hold up. What did Maba tell you?
She told me it was a retrieval gig. I was getting a guy and bringing him back to her. She told me nothing about any Black Suns connection. She told me nothing about any Imperial connection. She didn't mention that this man was an extremely dangerous pirate. She told me nothing.
You realize Cam is smiling.
Why? What's going on in your brain?
Kybax, that's leverage.
Well, yeah, I was going to use it to get a lot more money.
Yeah,
least.
let me do the talking when we get to Maba.
All
I
right.
love it.
There's wheels spinning in her brain. We don't have the ship, but we have the target, we have the spice, and we have the fact that Maba sent us in blind and we still accomplished that mission. And we have Maba's pride. We can weaponize all of that.
Sometimes you remind me too much of your dad, and it's a little bit scary.
I'll take that as a compliment, Uncle Kybax.
It was meant as one.
Good, because he was a great teacher. Okay. How's life going here? Continuing, I hope?
Yeah, he's asleep, but, yeah. He'll get up.
At him, and he's a dumbass. I love it.
Is he gonna stay asleep?
No, he's just asleep. He's not drugged or anything.
Can you drug him?
I mean, I thought I could.
The reason I ask is I need to take off my helmet, and I can't do that if he is awake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I could just. And she kicks the locks on the table and just rolls them out. Sorry, if you could take MD and just go over there somewhere.
Okay.
Without waiting for Sorry to leave, he takes off the helmet. There is a cut above his right eye that has bled down all over the left side of his face, down into his skin suit collar. I didn't want to say anything while we were still dealing with Tam, but he just...
Is everyone on this ship an idiot? She gets back to work. At least Cam's not injured.
I mean,
I'm gonna go get some breakfast.
Here,
Cam is injured, but
Lina doesn't know that.
I don't know if... Sari's never seen his face before. I don't know if Sari knows what it means for him to take off his helmet in front of her.
I think she really does.
Mhm.
But, I mean, she's just kind of like, okay, that's cool.
Okay,
She looks.
what do we got here?
She grins as she's walking by and is like, "Ah, so that's why you keep your helmet on. Don't want to scare the locals, huh?"
Something like that.
Lina grabs some sort of cleaning agent, whichever burns the most.
He doesn't let out a sound.
All right. And are we doing wounds or critical injury?
Critical injury.
All right. This will. And which one are we going with?
The winded's the more severe one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get rid of the winded. I'm feeling lucky.
All right. Yeah, it'll be difficulty 2.
Upgrading with the light die. Let's get our tank back on his feet.
All right.
And so that should also heal 4 wounds.
All right. Down to 3 wounds on the wound track, and winded. You feel you kind of blot the blood away, but you realize that as you do a more thorough examination, you notice that his ribs are broken. That some of them are. You wrap those sort of underneath his chest guard, and you feel your breath returning to you, Cavex. And you didn't realize it until now. You were actually out of breath that whole time.
Oh wow! I didn't even register those. Oh,
You didn't register that at least 3 ribs are broken. Oh, okay. That would explain the head injury. Okay. Take all of these. She just hands you drugs. Come see me tomorrow.
I swallowed them.
Go lie down. Take your armor off. If I come by your quarters and you're not asleep, I'm stealing your helmet, so you can't leave the room.
All right. He puts his helmet back on before he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
I got Finn to my room.
Well, best behave. Doctor's in a bad mood.
Okay, sorry. Thanks. Can you bring Tam back in?
Okay.
You roll the bed back in. Sort of locks into sort of these sunken in wheel areas on the floor of the med bay, and he's sort of just sort of
Definitely snoring.
Okay.
yeah, fully.
Yeah, just MD. Notify me when he's awake. We need to feed him, but I'm not going to wake him up for now. Takes the cold eggs that are just sitting on his legs. Here you go, sorry. She hands the plate. He's not eating right now. How are you feeling? Anything? No? Okay.
It's like the most overworked doctor in the world.
How do you not talk to a fucking mechanic?
Yeah, you're a mechanic.
What is a body but an organic machine?
She grabs her day-old hummus and carrot plate. Gets back to work on another thing.
All right, what thing is that?
the special project.
Ooh, special project.
You know what it is.
Are we being secretive with the special project?
For now. Once it's done, it's done.
Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby girl.
Okay. I love how one of the things on your list is study medicine. Alright, yeah, let's take a look at that.
Tell me I don't have to study medicine and I won't.
That thing, I'm assuming that is linked somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, I just sent it to you a couple of minutes ago just to move it faster.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, cool. Yes. So for the design of this,
we'll call it the care.
Gun here. Yeah, we'll call it the care. Let's take a look. So it's either gadget crafting or it's going to be, and that is. So you have a couple of options with this. Your main, I guess. So you have. I will say that you have already sort of thought up the design of this. The specific form that it's going to take is going to be up to you. Or did I decide before?
No, we have decided. Basically, it's going to be a one-handed, like multi-cylinder, like 3-chambered grenade launcher.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay.
5-axis, like what?
All right.
Grenade launcher, you say?
So, with this specialist tool, choose a general skill, add that. Back to mechanic, blah, 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 blah. I think we are gonna, because it's a grenade launcher, I'm gonna do the range weapon crafting first. So,
yeah,
for this, I'm gonna require 2 checks, and I'm also gonna charge you up front.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you're gonna do the solid projectile pistol and the energy pistol. You take.
We're doing both.
I thought you were merging those. I'm sorry.
No, that's just range table craft. That's just the various ways to craft items, so you wouldn't have to search them all.
For sure,
so
yeah.
It technically falls under the solid projectile tool. That's why it's either a solid projectile or the specialist tool, depending on how you.
Is there a reference guide for this?
Yes. For this, I will say, it doesn't.
Yeah, because it's not like that. It's a tool that I'm just modifying.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to leave this up to you. So the specialist tool, I will say the in order to convert a specialist tool into the care, it's going to take longer, but the check is going to be easier. If you want to do, and it's going to be more expensive, or you can do the solid projectile pistol. It's cheaper. It takes a shorter amount of time, but in order to convert that, there could be some complications, and it's going to be a more difficult roll. So it's going to be like between a difficulty 3 and a difficulty 4.
I'll do the specialist tool, and
okay.
I am going to customize the grip.
Alrighty. For that here, I'm going to require... This is going to be a mechanics drill. You're not that great at those, so I'm sure this will go great. So specialist tool. Go ahead and take 400 credits worth of whatever that you would like. I believe you have your own stash.
I have my own stash of parts, yep.
Yes. Your own stash of parts. Man, this is going to be... fun to listen to.
I'll give you 500 credits worth explosives and combustibles. Seems fair.
On top of that, or no?
Well, no,
yeah.
To cover the credit cost.
Yeah. For sure. Yep. So you open up a crate of those. So you're using not just the explosives in there, but you're using the casings. You're using that sort of stuff to sort of make a kit batch version of your specialist tool. That will cover it. Go ahead and give me a average mechanics check. So this will be difficulty 2.
Okay, difficulty 2. Seems pretty straightforward.
You hear, everybody else hears as this happens. Oh, wow. Just so good. And then the additional successes, I believe advantages would reduce the time, but you don't have any. You all hear, after breakfast sort of concludes, you hear jam music go on in the engineering bay. The door shuts, and you all see just fusion cutting light from inside the engineering bay. You all hear noises in there that you would consider being akin to like wrestling. Let me know if any of this is out of pocket. You hear things being thrown, several curse words being uttered. You all just sort of have that moment where you're looking out of your TV as a son of a bitch fucking goes as
not a word, J9.
I'm not saying anything. Just don't use my body. Don't use my head,
we don't
please.
have parts for your body.
Ah! And I think all of you have known Lina enough to where when she's in build mode, you just gotta get away. You just gotta stay away, let it happen. Like, after a full 10 hours of this sound, with no breaks, you see the casing of... Right, so it goes directly... Is there like another... Yeah, okay, cool. So you see the casing of your care weapon. For this, I am going to ask for so to fully convert this, I'm going to ask for a difficulty 3 mechanics roll. This will take the rest of the day in order to do this. And yes, you've already inputted the cost for it. Okay. Yes. Go ahead and make difficulty 3 mechanics roll. Because this is something that you have not made before, and due to how sort of kind of stressed you are, I am going to spend a dark side point to upgrade a difficulty by 1. Let's see how it goes. Yikes! Okay, but this is interesting. Okay.
May give item an additional 1-use function. Could that 1-use function be it worked?
May give item additional 1-use function. I will say the issue is that you don't know how to make this. You know how to make it. You just simply run out of materials that are necessary in order to make this work. However, you do, so I think now we can, I think we're at the point now where we can reveal what this is.
No, we can't.
Oh, no, okay, for sure, we will not. Okay.
I hit the intercom button. Cam?
Yo.
Can you come to the, to my shop, please?
On my way.
Kybax tries to do 1 sit-up and decides that that's not for him today.
On her desk, you see what appears to be a 1-handed 3-chambered grenade launcher. When you go out to sell all our stores and stuff, can you get me this list of parts?
You see several things on the list that are not... They are very far from being related to each other. Like, you will need to go to several different stores.
I gather this does not surprise Cam in the slightest.
No, and they're all, like, household implements. They're not, like, specialty items.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You
Okay,
remember...
correction. What are these purple squares?
Oh,
out of character. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Kyle drew them. They were just boxes.
Okay.
It's not a art that you would find in a women's institute. It's just the boxes for the carpet.
Now, back in character.
Sorry.
What the fuck?
Oh, remember, when we were going to Foremost, I said I would get my revenge on Kybax?
Yeah?
This is it.
You're making a gun.
Sure.
To make Kybax angry.
Yep. She looks very pleased with herself.
You've got to explain this one to me. Because...
So you see this chamber here? It's actually high-pressured grease. And this chamber here is going to be an acid, and this chamber here is going to be a spray adhesive. So basically, it's a gun that doesn't hurt people in any way. It just it lets me slow them down or make them fall, or
Or dissolve them?
Okay, the acid's more for work. Look, I had 3 chambers. I needed a third thing.
What Lina doesn't realize is that he is a bounty hunter who prides himself on bringing in his targets alive. This is great.
So so it's a short range crowd control actually.
Lina, that's pretty brilliant.
And I call it the CARE. The Kybax approved restricting extruder.
Lina, I love you.
Oh, she hugs you.
Cam hugs back and winces.
Cam?
I'm fine.
Hugs tighter.
Ow, 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 ow.
God damn it, medbay now!
A bruise. The vest caught the worst of it.
Medbay now.
Son of a bitch.
I can't shoot this thing, but I can throw it at you.
That's its one use.
Hey, sorry.
Sorry.
When Lina walks by, she might notice that Sari has just a bit of a smirk, but doesn't say anything.
Does it hurt here?
Whoa! You know, at present, those ribs are not broken. I would like to keep them that way.
Well, so would I.
Then maybe don't poke them so hard.
All right. That's what we're doing. Let's shirt up.
Tam,
right.
so this
ice.
will.
Throw a sheet over Tam.
This is going to be a difficulty 1 medicine check. Current wounds equal half or less of wound threshold.
Now get out of my med bay.
That about does it. Yeah, that's a full wipe, huh?
Yes, it is.
You feel immediately better.
Thank you, Lina.
You're all gonna be the death of me.
Please don't say things like that. Not after the week we've had.
She sits down on the bed next to Tam before realizing what she's done.
Tam, you wake up.
What was that? Can I make a forced move check here?
Yeah.
I just want to push Lina down gently towards Tam.
Oh. Yeah. All right. I'm into it. Yeah. Go ahead and make a roll your 2 die.
Alright.
She harnessed the power of the dark side. All right. If you want to stay late, you have 2. If you would like to take strain,
Yeah, no, I'm
can...
just gonna use the 2 light.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just ever so gently, just kind of push Lina down so that her lips and hams get
Oh God.
close.
I'm sitting.
You feel your legs get pulled out from underneath you, and
Yeah. Not painfully, just enough to be
now kiss.
yeah. She's not gonna make them kiss. She's just gonna gently, yeah.
For sure.
Lina will
This happens.
throw herself off of that thing as fast as possible.
Make an athletics check.
No.
I'll say difficulty 1, but I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna spend to upgrade.
There is no escape.
You you fall to the ground, hard.
I'll catch her if that's happening.
Oh yeah, you fall and you feel yourself. Honestly, as a retcon a little bit, you can dedicate one of your. I'll say that you can dedicate that force die that had rolled the dark side point as a persistent effect, so you're able to sort of hold her up too.
I mean, it only took one.
Oh,
light
yeah.
side to...
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll that other light side point. Yeah. Whoa, you feel yourself sort of hover over the ground.
Okay. Sorry. Put me down.
Let's line up
What?
back down, right in front of Tam again.
Tam goes, what the bloody hell is going on?
You're doing better. Sorry. Can you make sure he gets a meal? I gotta go. It's been 6 days since I've. Yeah. She knocks on Kybax's door. You're free to go. Gets a change of clothes and been 6 days. Go shower.
All right.
Sorry, just kind of wanders in and smirks. Looks like she was trying to kiss you. She winks at him and then just kind of meanders out.
What did I miss?
And with that, we'll cut forward to the next day. That I am going to take a 5-minute break here. I just need to run to the bathroom. For sure. I will return.
Lola.
So I don't suppose now would be a good time to ask about the paired weapons.
Yeah.
Well, right now, let's see. Tam's on the mend. I don't have parts for J9's body yet. The care is currently on pause. I can't do anything about the concussion launcher until we're in space dock. So yeah, now would be a good time.
But I am going to ask about that.
Lola. My doggo keeps trying to eat my shoelaces. Baby girl, why are you so silly?
Oh, Jack. Noelle wanted to.
That your sister?
Yes, wanted to sit with you and me at some point and help get her character down because she doesn't really understand the character creation system.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We're on a little bit of a hiatus here. Or I guess they're called breaks. Everyone take 500 credits. I'm just going through the coffers and.
Okay.
Basically, your pay for the job. Individual
Awesome.
credits.
You can tell Noelle that I will be available tomorrow evening.
Okay. Will do. I'm at 1,017 credits, and 250 of them are about to go to
The Nether.
those disruptor pistols, because holy shit.
Oh.
They're good for nothing.
Because you are nothing if not persistent.
Yes.
Lola?
Yes.
Very funny.
Yes.
Lola!
Play?
Yeah, it sounds like she just wants attention and play.
Yeah, she do. Pretty much every moment I haven't been talking, I've been muted and playing fetch with my doggo. So why for, Pupper, are you eating my shoelaces?
Because she continues to want attention, obviously.
She's just a brat. She's just a brat. No idea how she would ever end up that way. Not a clue.
Yeah, it's not at all like you are just extremely dog favored.
No, not even a little bit.
No.
He is a sweet bean, though. Such a sweet bean.
Tristan,
Yes.
have you played BG3?
Yes. I've beaten it like 10 times at this point. What's the question?
I did some absolutely very stupid amounts of damage, and I just wanted to share with the class because
How'd you do?
so my Tav is a ranger, a Bloomstalker ranger and assassin rogue, and she hit a hook horror for
Oh,
it
yeah.
had 75 HP and it died in before it got to go, before anybody else went. Because so at level 9 she has 5 levels in ranger for extra attack. She's got the Dread Ambush, which is just an extra free attack. Plus, obviously, she has sneak attack. But the way Assassin works is if you're stealthed out of combat and you get a get a sneak attack, it automatically crits because Assassin, and then your turn in combat starts, but you technically still have your second attack from that action. So make that attack because of extra attack. Make the Dread Ambush attack, which is a free extra attack. And then I have my normal attack and the extra attack. And I have Sharpshooter, so I'm doing plus 10 damage on all of them, with a +2 longbow, and gloves of archery. Yeah.
Truly love when a power gamer can just go all out.
See,
it's my favorite thing.
I knew you would enjoy it because you are a power gamer.
Mm.
So I was like, yes, I know somebody who would appreciate my bullshittery because you are of like mind in that aspect. So yeah, it was very fun.
Alrighty then. So back into the action. And by action, I mean continuing our very lovely session. A nice social game. Hey, nothing's bad's gonna happen.
Alright, we're all dead. DM said nothing bad's gonna happen. We're all
Anyway, roll for Star Weird.
Hey, Lana, before you... Oh,
Yeah.
God, I missed her. Here, can I talk to you in your workshop?
Yeah.
Kyvax, it might not be a good idea. Oh, sorry, I'll shut up. You see yeah.
Stuff everywhere. She quickly throws a sheet over the project she was working on this bench.
All right. Anyway, he takes out the 2 disruptor pistols that he has picked up and says, "Is there any way you could balance these for me?"
Yeah, I might need to get some parts when we land, but I should be able to. Just leave them here.
All right.
All right.
You doing all right, Lana?
Yeah, I'm just busy.
right,
Always
well,
busy.
Let me know if I can do anything for you, okay?
Yeah. GM, considering what pairing a weapon is, am I able to use... I'm pretty much just changing parts and moving shit around. Can I use some of the parts I have on hand?
I would say yes. So the I would say if you use, so the cost for dual
It's 300.
is 300. So if you use 2 of your computer and tech parts,
Yeah, okay.
that would be, I would allow that.
Cost me an extra
all
100
right.
credits worth of stuff because I'm kind of makeshifting it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fair.
In terms of, excuse me. Oh goodness. So with that, select one uninstalled modification option. So the credits is you being able, sort of creating this attachment. Okay. Go ahead and this is installing a mod. So this is going to be a difficulty 3 mechanics check.
Installing a mod is free. It's the the attachment is free. Any additional mods are the ones that require checks.
Okay, the paired weapons thing, it says it's a modification.
Yeah, they're all called
Right.
mods, but there's a difference between an attachment and a mod. So if you look down on that, it says mod options none. So the mod options come with rolls. The attachment is finding the thing out in the world. Now, because I am makeshifting this, I have no issue doing a roll, but just want
Probably won't be a difficulty 3 though. I will say I'll make it difficulty 1 with a setback being that you're using computer and tech components to mod a weapon. You're not really using like the circuitry part of it, but you're using sort of the casings, the external sort of shielding on some of the circuitry, some extra metal from motherboards that you're able to scrap up, and also having a paired weapon also means taking away from one of the disruptors. Well, from a disruptor to get them sort of in the same weight. So it'll be difficulty 1 with a setback die.
I remove setback on mechanics checks.
Yep.
Ow.
Oh my god.
I'm going to ask you to re-roll that because you upgraded a difficulty to a difficulty to a challenge. Yeah. Yeah. So just one standard difficulty, a purple, not a red.
Yeah, it was 1. You're looking at my athletics.
Oh, I'm looking at your athletics.
I still failed.
I'm sorry.
But
Right.
Dear
All right.
Lord.
No despairs were rolled.
And
But
2 advantages were rolled. I don't know if that means it.
hopefully that just means I didn't break the pistol.
Yeah, so the pistols are still fine. Those are okay. However, you wasted those components on a attachment that is not functional.
Okay.
You sort of put it together. You're like, fuck. You realize that just using the computer components. And honestly, is there a setback on there? Oh, you removed setback. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I removed setbacks.
Sorry. Just trying to rub it in a little bit.
She just opens a drawer and just slides both of them in. That's a tomorrow problem.
Yep. All right. I'm just making sure that I'm doing this right. So, you can purchase attachments that customize their gear. Attachments are.
If you go to page 15 of my references, I have a very comprehensive thing on it.
Thank you. Boop. Find the attachment in the world and buy it. Okay, so this is me allowing you to sort of make an attachment.
Yeah,
Okay,
instead of
I
buying.
see.
Yeah.
I'm over here. Thank you. Okay, great. So that actually really helps because this section is very, very long, and I don't.
Yeah, it took me a long time to comprehend all of the writing.
Yeah.
Now I do reduce mod costs. So the paired weapon doesn't.
Costs.
Paired weapons don't have a mod, but other things do. And with that mod comes a cost, and I reduce it by 50%.
Yeah, so it's from what I see, the mod option, in order to install the mod, it costs 100 credits. Instead, it costs you 50 credits.
Correct.
Oh.
And then the second one costs another 100, but again, just 50. So.
Gotcha.
So it only costs 150 worth of components?
No, so that's for that. So I was sort of home ruling that a little bit. She had parts that she could sort of makeshift an attachment. Because the paired weapons is an attachment. We're talking about mods to attachments, which are, language is a little confusing, but mods, if you're adding a mod to an attachment, and maybe we can pull up an example to just show, that has a flat cost that she halves.
Yeah, okay. So, example, you have a blaster. It can have an attachment of forearm grip. The blaster costs you 150 credits. The forearm grip costs you 250 credits. Now, you can modify the forearm grip in 2 different ways. You can give it +1 accurate and +1 innate point blank. That modification costs 100 and 100 credits each. On top of those, actually come with checks. Just installing it doesn't, modifying it does. Modifications, if done by Lina, are cheaper.
Gotcha.
Yep. Perfect.
My entire class is built around it. And then I became a medic.
just playing full support bot. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move to the splash page. Actually, no, we're not going to. I lied. At the beginning of the day, W sort of W intercoms everyone, and you guys all see it at a display that you're near. We are coming up on to. We're about an hour away from Sleheyron. We should probably decide where we're going to land.
All right, I'm heading up to the cockpit. Sleheyron's primary port should be relatively close to Meba's, I believe.
Yes. I wrote out and posted the name of the city that Meba is in.
Vakora.
Huh?
Vakora.
Vakura.
V-A-K apostrophe K-O-R-A. Vakora.
V-A-K apostrophe K-O-R-A. Vakora, yeah, there it is. Yeah, so you know that the port that you took off from is the spaceport of Vakura. That is, yeah. So like coming in, you've done this approach several dozen times before. You know that is where you would normally go. However, I will stipulate to you that you know of it that at the very least, two of your crew members are currently wanted by the Imperials. The Imperials don't have a presence necessarily on Sleheyron, but
Sleheyron's a hut world. They have zero jurisdiction there.
Yes, you're entirely right. And you're right. Things that are learned on Sleheyron will never ever make it off of the planet to the Imperials. That's not something that can happen. So,
I'm just saying that,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I get you.
Learn of things that happen here. They ain't gonna be able to do jack shit about it.
I mean,
right.
The Imperials might think they can do stuff there because they're Imperials.
Yeah, but the quickest way to get the Hutts to unite as a single force to attack you is to attack the Hutts.
So the bounties don't necessarily need to be taken by Imperials. Yeah, it's so. As you're sort of approaching, do you just are you just are you landing at Vakura, or are you landing somewhere else?
We are landing at Vakura.
Okay. Fantastic. You all sort of get into your main landing positions. The air traffic control, sort of space sector control on Sleheyron sort of says, "Welcome back, Stormrunner," and sort of gives you your vector, which you already knew, and you come in to land. You land in the spaceport of Vakura. You are in the middle of a city. Not in the middle, but sort of, this station is in the city itself. As you sort of careen on through the sky towards your landing vector, you sort of notice the larger cities of Sleheyron, the main capital cities, sort of far off in the distance. Vakura is sort of one of these outlying settlements, cities that are still big, tall skyscrapers, still a modern Star Wars sort of metropolitan area, but definitely less opulent than the large palaces and palace grounds that are sort of surrounding the main areas of Sleheyron. You take you sort of maneuver the Stormrunner down. You land. Somebody messages out from Vakura, from the spaceport staff, and says, "Stormrunner, glad to see you back. Will you be requiring any assistance with cargo movement?"
I believe we will be requiring a grav sled.
We will have one.
I just pulled that word out of my ass. I don't think that's like what they're actually called.
Actually, it is.
I believe that's legit what they're actually called. Yeah.
Yay!
Good job. You say, "Yep, grab sled coming up." Let us know if we can be any further assistance. Any?
Make that 2 grab sleds. We're gonna need 2.
I'll make that 2 grav sleds control.
Anything for associates of maybe the Hutt. And the comms cut off.
Cam just leans back in her chair and stares out the cockpit.
Yeah. You see...
If it makes you feel any better as far as Hutts go, you could definitely do worse.
It doesn't.
The spaceport is bustling. Let's change some ambiance here.
Honestly, the way they said that makes me slightly concerned.
Uncomfortable?
You see aliens of almost every species sort of taking and flogging their wares. You see several dozen ships docked sort of alongside you. It's just simply night and day from your experience on Foremost, tiny little spaceport. This is a huge docking area. You see logistics personnel, sort of very shabby looking still, but still doing their jobs. You see two workers, each piloting a grav sled, moving their way towards the loading bay. And you see that they just sort of leave them there, and they bustle and continue on with their next task. The air that sort of comes in as you sit down and shut down the engines, the stink of the city that you're used to here on Sleheyron. Definitely not a pleasant scent for those who are uninitiated, but smells like home. Now, as you are sheltered by the anonymity of simply just being in a field of people, all sort of compressed together into this one geographic area, crew of the Stormrunner, I ask you, what do you do?
The one
Avex is going to start loading up the 2 crates of food stuff.
Cam is going to provide... Sorry, correction. Lina is going to provide Cam with lists. List of parts she needs for various jobs. List of cargo she's to offload.
All right, well, our first stop is going to be maybe the hut, I think.
Yeah, of course. So, some of these might be worth taking to Maba. And she hands you the list that is clearly the fake names for the drugs. Maybe bring these with the foodstuffs.
Yeah,
I'm going to stay here with Tam and maybe trade the foodstuffs for Tam's debt. I don't know. Anyways, I have to stay here, so I'm going to get to work on the concussion launcher while you're gone. If you get me all of this, and she gives you the list, that'd be great.
I'll do what I can.
Sorry, just kind of wanders by. Yeah, working on Tam's stuff, huh?
Yeah, he's injured. What else would I work on if not? No.
Gonna have a coronary. Okay. So, who is all going to Maba's?
Well, it's Cam, Kybax, any of the other 3. Well, any of the other 2. We know Linus not.
Tam definitely isn't.
Yeah, I think Tam is still down.
Oh, come on, we got grav sleds. We can slap him on one. It'll be fine.
Would Sari like to come?
Yes.
All right. We head over to Maba's Palace. I'm going to cut to the splash page for a moment. As you begin making your way through the spaceport, which is sort of a labyrinthian series of corridors, large docking bays, small docking bays, you see everything from snub fighters to the largest sort of freighters that are very barely able to be in atmosphere at all. You see just truly every matter of person. As you exit the spaceport, you see, going through these sort of curved alleyways, you see and smell several different classes of people walking down or sitting in the alleyways at the same time. You see abject poverty. You see refugees begging for food. You see sort of opulent dressed business people making their way to the inner part of the city. You see factory and ship workers sort of bustling their way by you. As you continue moving, you get into the warehouse district. The warehouse district is where Maba's hideout, rather, is. I'm going to go ahead and move you over. Give me just one moment, everybody. Is there anything that we want to do on our way to Maba's Palace? There's a decent amount of city between where you are and where Maba's area is.
Yes.
Yes.
I would like to put Cam's super special secret ability to use.
Okay. One moment.
You people and all your secret nonsense.
This is a great secret.
Secret tunnel.
Secret.
Did you forget what the secret is?
Why don't you tell me? Yeah, what do you do? Sorry.
Cam's instinctual ability to effortlessly find the best street food vendors and small restaurants at any given starport she arrives at.
Yes, that one that I definitely knew about before you told me. Go ahead. Yeah, so instinctually, you turn down... you stay away from the main bazaars that are right outside of the spaceport. That stuff, it's overpriced. The vendors genuinely don't know what they're doing. A lot of them are there because they were able to fight and claw their way to get the best real estate. You see several of them try handing you like samples, just a bunch of various different meats and organs on spits. You turn off the beaten path, and there is, as you round a corner, the voices sort of die down a little bit. You kind of go into sort of a seedier residential area. Lots of people just sort of standing huddled in hushed conversations. And you see, as you round the corner, you see stairs that are going down to like a basement, like exposed basement stairs that are going down into the basement of what looks to be like a residential dwelling. Doors open, and all of you all smell just the deepest, richest spice that not drug spice, food spice that you've smelled. You know all about this.
Can we smell what the rock is cooking?
Yes. You see... these names all suck. Give me 1 second.
Cameron is intergalactic Toucan Sam.
Alright. You see a very, like, dim neon sign that just says diner. The eye is, like, broken, but it's like an undercased eye, so you see the eye. Just the dot of the eye is there, so it's dinner. You walk in. You see a four-handed sort of insectoid species screech at you loudly, Cam. And she sort of looks at you, holding two pans.
What did she say?
She screeched. Come on, Cam. Come on, Jack. Work with the improv.
Looks at this insect dead in the eyes, slams down 20 credits and goes, 2 house specials, please. No, we've got 3 people with us. 3 house specials. She puts down 30.
See, a fifth arm that you never saw until it raised up above the counter, grabs the credits. You see she turns around, slams the pots down with these sort of forked insectoid fingers. You see a big, like a boiling pot full of like inky, like green and dark liquid, with weird chunks in it. She slams 3 bowls down in front of you and ladles out this very inky black with green flecks stew. And she holds up a seasoning shaker that's all like crusty and old, and she looks at you, Cam, with like a questioning eye.
Who shakes?
She shakes twice on each one, and like this prismatic dust goes right across the top of each one.
Have we seen that kind of prismatic dust before?
No.
Okay.
Dinner is served.
Doses all of our meals with glitter stem.
Sari takes like one look at this. She blinks for a second, and she just sits down and dives right in. Like,
And does Cam
is,
just
but...
all in on it?
I don't know what this is, but it's got to be amazing.
Think of chicken tikka masala with just like so much. It's like chicken tikka masala that's been stewed for a year. Just every flavor is the fundamental, like, platonic ideal of the flavor. It's the purest.
Aristotle would be like crying with joy.
Yeah. The chunks of meat are stewed perfectly. You don't, Cam, to this day, you don't know what the meat is. You know that it is a meat. You have no idea what it is. You truly, like, you stumbling onto this area, you were running from someone, and this person, this insectoid screeched at you, put down a bunch of bowls of stuff, and this was your favorite.
Kybax does eat his and asks for 2 to go.
She goes and hits her ladle against a big sort of cast iron pot. The ladle bends and breaks. She throws it out a already broken window. She reaches down, grabs another ladle from a box of metal ladles, and makes 2 to go, like styrofoam, like calf cups filled of this stuff, and puts them in a little to go bag that says thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you. Argo's gonna love this.
I don't know how Tam will like it, but Lina's always a fan.
Alright. Oh. Right.
I'm trolling you. We both know Lina doesn't like spicy things.
Is Lina basically like the equivalent of the Brits, just cannot handle anything?
She can handle a normal humanoid amount of spice, not whatever the fuck Cam and Alan did.
Well, Cam and Alan handled Mandalorian levels of spice, which is a different beast.
You finish your bowls. The insectoid lady, and she is a lady. She's wearing she has a full thorax, like big ass, multiple insectoid legs, tall sort of centaur like upper body with like a full humanoid chest, but an insectoid face with pincers. She's wearing a very old style diner waiter uniform that looks like it's been altered to cover over the big ass of a thorax. And she looks at you, looks down at your bowls, and looks back up to you and screeches again.
Cam will nod in appreciation.
She She throws another ladle out the window, and all 8 of her arms raise up. 3 arms come out of nowhere. You have no idea where they are. Her head looks up. She screeches several guttural tones up into the ceiling, and then she looks down at you and says, "Well, hon, you have a good day." And she goes right around the corner.
Perfect. That's so perfect.
How the hell do you find these places?
A gift.
Right. Gift.
I mean, I ain't gonna question it.
Oh, alright. You head back to me. Oh.
We're going over to Mavis with our
Okay.
bounties.
God, that was such fun. That was so fun. Okay, let's keep going. All right.
Next on what the fuck?
Am
is
able
this
to
bird
walk
gonna
at
do?
all, or I don't
Um,
think he is, but
Tam, you're now able to move your legs, but the movement hurts. Like it very much is like, oh, there's definitely like broken, torn ligaments. Both your Achilles tendons were cut. Fucked up stuff.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, I was thinking I might want to join these guys if they're going to go to Maba's, but I don't want to be in front of Maba with all that wounds and stuff. So I'm going to stay back on the ship and sleep.
Yeah, because really, like with your wound track, it's you're still technically incapacitated. I don't feel good incapacitating you for an entire session.
It's appreciated.
uh,
Well, I'm having fun listening, so don't worry about
Good.
it. About keeping me out. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You see W roll into the room with a rolly chair. Sort of reclines the rolly chair over and sort of whistles at you. Doo doo.
Is that robot flirting with you?
Anyway, to Mavis Palace. You all walk in. You head up a bunch of flights of stairs to get to the highest level of this abandoned warehouse. The warehouse district in general, before you all had sort of dealings with Maba, you had just been told to not go there. A lot of seedier types use these warehouses as sort of their hideouts. A lot of stolen stuff gets hidden there. As you walk up the stairs, you hear more clubby sounding music. Specifically, this track. Thank you so much, Kevin MacLeod, for your constant beautiful music. This track is just called "Just Nasty."
Oh yeah, play that nasty jizz.
Yep, thank you.
I'm gonna need you to never say those words in that order ever again.
Just nasty. You see the guard. A Gamorrean guard is standing there, standing to watch. Looks at you, Kybax, and snorts.
In Gamorrean, I reply back, "We're here to see Maba."
Do you speak Gamorrean?
I'm a bounty hunter who's lived for 40-something years in the Star Wars universe. I better speak Gamorrean.
You don't speak Gamorrean.
It literally makes no sense for me not to.
It's whatever. You don't speak Gamorrean. The guard sort of nods at you, obviously recognizes you, and opens the door. You all have vision on this token, right? Oh, no! No, you don't have vision. Give me 1 second. Why? Oh, why is that not ever save? There you go.
I have no
Pitch black.
I can see like a little bit right here.
You didn't add the universal light to fill out all the other rooms.
Fuck. Shit, fuck. Shit, fuck. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh God, what did you do?
Yeah, you
Okay,
still have to
reset
leave
it with
global illumination on just super low.
Okay, I'm resetting the fog of war. Which is where? Lighting. War. There we go!
Boba Fett can speak Tusken Raider. I can speak Gamorrean.
The door opens. You find yourself in Maba's club. This is a God, it's just such a good map. I'm gonna sneeze.
We're pushing our grab cart in with us.
Okay. I gotta sneeze. Okay. Thank you. So you see several patrons at the bar. It's getting closer to it's not their peak time yet, but definitely getting darker outside. It's normally pretty dark in this area of the city just because of how the sun covers up whatever. You see what exactly is on the grab lift, the grav cart, whatever.
The 2 food crates that are holding Bandon Doba and his lieutenant.
Okay.
And where's the spice?
On top of the food crates.
Okay.
In boxes marked not spice.
Clearly not spice. Do not steal.
There is. We did put like a cloth or something over the obvious black sun symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should have just like put a tarp over the whole thing.
You know what? Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah. Tarp.
All right.
Tarps are
Makes
fantastic.
sense.
We love tarp. Somewhere my dad is smiling at me.
For whatever reason, the tokens are broken, but I know exactly the reason because I messed up. Give me one moment, everybody.
Some of these tokens are scary. Like,
Yeah.
what's this guy's deal?
That guy's deal is there's 900 tokens, and I set it up so he can pull them out randomly. So if he pulls out male, it will randomize about 600 tokens. And guess what? We got a fat Twi'lek. Fuck off.
And some of these
Sorry,
tokens are just cute as hell.
That's Maba. I made that one.
Is that a Twi'lek? Is that a Twi'lek?
I don't think so.
didn't realize that's what that was.
No, it's not.
Are you sure? It actually does
Yeah,
kind
it
of
might
look
be.
like a very
Now that you
overweight.
say it, it
Twi'lek.
does look like a Twi'lek, but it's like his Leku are like flat. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a senator. That's Orm Free Ta.
Oh yeah, there's a non-zero
Oh my
chance
God.
that Leia might show up every now and then. I didn't catch her.
Okay, so all the tokens are broken, but Bandon and the lieutenant. I don't actually think you even got his name. Don't think.
Yes, we did. I think we got his name.
What's his name?
He is Mate Segrim. His descriptor is not worth anything to anyone.
Gotcha.
Yep. Not worth
So-
it. Yeah, that tracks.
Mate Segrim. That's his name. I wrote that down somewhere.
I did.
Sweet. At least someone does. All right. So you bring in this. I'm assuming it's a covered cart. Up through. You see, Maba is sort of, and of course the music didn't fucking loop. Thank you, Just Nasty. You all sort of make your way down. You see that the private room doors are all shut to your right. As you all sort of come in with a cart, you see that the dancers who are on the dance floor sort of make their way away. They sort of know that business is about to... Yeah, exactly. You see these guys sort of move their way over to the bar, and the music lowers in volume. The dance lights are still on, and the Twi'lek dancers up here are dancing very, very well. Mabel looks distracted. She is currently devouring a living animal. And she goes, yes.
I was just going to say, as we set up, I let Cam stand to the front, and I just take the tarp off the cart and start loading down the spice boxes.
Okay. By loading down, what do you mean? Like unloading?
Like taking them off the top of the cart and putting them on the ground.
Okay. Mabel looks over and says, yes. I expected you to be dead. I am happy to be, for once, wrong, my bounty hunter friend. We seem to be slightly light on the crew people. I hope everybody's okay.
I've actually just looks at her, and it's a second before he responds. And then he goes, we experienced some injuries. And as he gets the last crate loaded down, he opens up Bandandoba's pod first, and the first mate's pod second.
As soon as you open the Lexport pods, they smell like several days' worth of excrement.
We checked on.
Okay, so you're telling me that every 8 hours or so you checked for shit? I don't think you did.
It's a PG-13 campaign.
Amazing!
It's a PG-13 campaign. Yeah, that's gonna go assumed. You locked somebody into a crate for almost, several days.
We fed them and watered them.
Yes, you did. And what happens when you feed and water people?
I'm sorry, we forgot to clean our Tamagotchis.
Yeah, everybody goes, oh my god.
To be clear, it does smell like a hut in here, so...
Who just devoured a live animal, so,
Right. Maybe farts as you think best. Maba the Hut looks down. Well, I know who this is. I don't know who that is. Who is that?
That's his first mate. 2-for-1 special.
I have business with Bandon. I don't have business with this one.
So I'll let him go?
Well, you see that one of the guards start stepping forward with an axe out.
Kybax kind of looks at Cam, like, your call.
Seems to me like killing a competent spacer might be a bit of a waste of resources.
Make the case for me. He doesn't seem to be very talkative. You see that the mate, Mr. Seagram, Mate Seagram, that's his name. He's sort of on his knees. His head is down. You see his skin is sort of pale. His head is down.
Right, well, he worked for Bandandoba, and you know who Bandandoba worked for, and he performed his job pretty competently, gave us no small amount of trouble. If nothing else, he's a competent ship crew hand, and you can never have too many of those.
He held me off for a total of 30 seconds, which isn't bad.
Okay. Yeah. Cam, go ahead and give me a charm. You're trying to make the intellectual case for keeping him alive. Go ahead and give me charm roll. I'll say difficulty of 2.
All right, away
Or
we
apathy.
go.
All right. Well, I think that's a good case. God, put a collar on this one and teach him how we do things. What? What? No, just kill me, please! No! And you see the guard punches him out. Out cold. Puts a what is called a slave collar on his neck. Picks him up by the collar, hucks him over. The guard hucks him over his shoulder, and you see him take him back. Sort of barges by the dancers.
Well, he's alive, so, you know, I'd say overall net success.
Yay, we only witnessed enslavement instead of a public execution.
Oh, come on.
You're so negative all the time.
Yeah, I see Maba said that.
I mean,
You know, it's sometimes it's tough work, and you just need to unwind. My guards have been so bored lately. You see the guard that's remaining, standing to the right of Maba, scratches his crotch.
Right.
So, Bandon. He's been rather a naughty boy, I hear. He was my eyes and ears into, frankly, a very dangerous organization, and he seems to have had second thoughts about staying unimportant.
About that.
Yes! Oh, I believe I have payment to give. You see that this door opens, and can you guys see the names?
No, they're only for you.
Or no? They're only for me. Okay, good. I'm glad that you can't see the name. You see a bearded human, sort of with a scar over one of his eyes, comes over, puts down a small folder, what is a cred slip case, and puts it on the ground, and then kicks it over to you, Cam.
Cam, stops it by putting a foot on it.
Mhm.
And
Let me
she's
see
gonna
that.
pick it up, hand it to Kybax.
I open it up. Is the folder of information that I'm looking for in there?
So, first thing that you see is a cred slip. The cred slip is for 10,000 credits for your turning in your bounty. So please add that to your inventory.
Will do.
The second is a small piece of paper. You see on the piece of paper is the symbol for the black sun. And on it is a name. A name that you have seen before.
What name is
Maruf
that?
Duel.
Let me remind myself what that name is.
I remember. Maruf Duel is
Administrator of
administrator.
Castle?
The Imperial that put out the bounty on him.
Ibex regards that for a second. Are you sure?
He is a very well-known collector. He also is, frankly, a little shit. And I know for a fact that he was very close with some of the regiments from the assault on Mandalore.
Well, that covers the original agreement.
Yes.
However, there is the small matter that you did not tell me what I was walking into.
Oh, yes! Okay, so I've done this a couple of times. Forgive me, it's my first time sort of running, and living, but also running my own sort of syndicate, as some people would call it. Frankly, I just have a very good taste for this hookah, and she puffs on a pink and like prismarine colored hookah. This is where, because I didn't tell you the full story, this is where you extort, right?
Not at all.
Into my contract is fees for unforeseen circumstances that you knew about.
Cam will sort of step up.
Mhm.
Look. The crew of the Stormrunner was hired for a snatch and grab. Now that snatch and grab ended up being tracking a member of the Black Suns and his posse, getting ambushed by them, tracking where they came from, taking down his base, taking him prisoner. And that's a little above and beyond what we were hired to do. Now, I understand that, someone of your means, you expect us to get the job done. As we did. But, someone who doesn't understand the circumstances, here's how much we were paid for such an egregious job, they might get the wrong idea and start talking about how you don't value the help you hire.
Okay. Cam.
How gauche.
Very interesting wordplay. Based on your wordplay, I'm going to provide some interesting feedback. Go ahead. This is going to be a difficulty 3 roll. I am going to go ahead and add 2 things to that difficulty 3 roll. It's going to have a boost die because truly, just due to you bringing up all the shit that you had to go through in a way that is sincere, works in your favor. I'm going to provide you a setback die because your final thesis that you don't care, that Maba doesn't care about the work she hires.
That was not the final thesis.
Right.
The final thesis was that someone might misunderstand the situation and think Maba doesn't. Cam specifically stated we were hired for the job. We did the job, but if someone else overhears how much we were paid for a job of this magnitude, they might get the wrong idea about you.
That is a very hot way of looking at it.
Yeah, because jobs go off the rails all the time, but knowing they will compensate if things go outside the plan, that's just good business.
Okay.
What? You tell that, Hut.
Yeah. It's going to be difficulty 3 charm roll with a boost die.
Okay, I will go ahead and spend a light side point to gain a proficiency die. And away we go. Difficulty 3, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes! Oh, shit. Whew.
Oh, indeed.
Let's see. What can we do with those successes? Those advantages.
I know what I want to do with those successes.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to roll those into the next discussion about Tam and his debt.
I will.
I was going to say, I see here one of the abilities for extra successes is additional successes may be used to extend this target's support.
For one
Whatever.
scene. Yeah. Those successes will help Maba be more amenable. Maba looks at you very carefully. And I suppose you have a number in mind.
Out of character. Fuck. No, I didn't.
Damn it, Jack.
I do. Marooth Jewel offered 20,000 credits for Bandandoba's head.
Okay.
So maybe an extra 10.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, Cam will kind of shrug and say, well, Maroof Duel had 20,000 on this idiot's head. Chose to bring him to you instead. Honor our deal. I'd say least you could do is equal the offer.
All right. This is going to be a negotiation roll. I'm going to. Those advantages are going to come into play as a boost die
Okay.
for you.
Technically, you could get 2 by spending those 2 advantages.
I will go ahead and spend both advantages to get 2 boost die.
Okay. This is so negotiation is. Oh man, that's another presence roll. Man, it's almost as if you know my stats. I am gonna go ahead. So it's difficulty 3. I'm spending a dark side point to upgrade difficulty.
Copy that.
Can I provide help and give her my rank in negotiation?
Is your so whose negotiation is higher? Is my question.
Mine is, as far as training goes, I have a rank in negotiation, and Cameron does not.
But
Okay.
you only have you're only throwing 2 dice, right?
Right, so I'm
Right.
offering you assistance with my proficiency, not with my presence.
Yeah. So with trained assistance, since he's trained in it, he can, if he can find a way to narratively assist, you get his training in negotiation. So you get to add, instead of rolling 3 greens, you roll a yellow and a green and 2 greens.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
so if you'd like to assist, go ahead and
narratively,
assist.
Tyback says, there's not many huts that can claim the services of a Mandalorian. You do this, you keep me on your good side.
Fuck. Yeah, that works. All right. Yeah. Cam, go ahead and roll with
All right,
trained assistance.
I will spend a light side point for another proficiency die.
Okay.
Ooh-wee. Oh.
Oh boy.
That was close.
Very, very close.
But a
Yeah.
success nonetheless.
Those boost dice definitely just taking up space, huh?
Yeah. Literally, you only rolled 1 success, and that's the only reason why that worked is because you also rolled 0 failures. All right. The hut looks at you. The threat's going to come into play. How about this? An additional 7,500 credits. And you throw in, and I'll throw in a sweetener. That sweetener is another name that's going to be very helpful in getting that stuff, she points to the spice, off your hands.
Cam will give a polite little bow and say, "A magnanimous offer I would be delighted to accept."
All right, Chad, give him more credits. He goes, oh, yeah. He pulls out a blank credit slip, types, sticks it into an encoder, loads it up, and puts it down on the ground with intention of sliding it, but realizing he doesn't have a folder to put it in, just sort of walks over and hands it to you.
I was gonna be cool, and then I realized I'm not.
Mm-hmm. How very Chad.
Yeah.
And it is TSCH apostrophe.
Oh God.
Chad. Add 7,500 credits, and you also have a name of a black market spice dealer.
Ooh, right.
Which reduces the check to find such a dealer from 3 to now you don't have to roll.
The unfortunate part being, Maba has just told us she's not interested in the spice.
She did, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Which removes the leverage we were going to use to ease up Tam's debt.
I will say that she... Give me a... Give me a cool check. I'll say difficulty of 1.
Wow.
Yes, what you think is true. She doesn't want the spice.
Ooh.
Gotta go somewhere else.
Yep, okay. How can I spin those advantages?
I'll allow that to... You're gonna need to... I will allow that to make a roll narrative, like a narrative, like negotiate or charm roll possible, with increased setback because you don't think it's gonna work.
Okay.
You could spend three of those advantages to gain potentially tide-turning information that you notice.
Let's do that.
Yeah. You Kydax, you look and you recognize the name of this dealer. This dealer is under the employ of Maba. So this is like Maba's drug guy.
Right. Because of course she wouldn't point us to anyone that she wouldn't make money off of.
Yeah. So essentially she's just adding a middleman rather than removing her from contention. She's not saying, I don't want anything to do with that fucking spice. She's saying, oh, I want that spice. I just want my guy to deal with you and not me personally sitting here.
Okay.
Is that tide turning enough? Sorry.
Yes, it is. About Tam.
Right. Hey, how did the little, what were we calling him? Cargo specialist? Whatever happened to him?
He got shot in both his legs.
Yes, I thought that might happen. He is a jumped up little shit.
How about we take that jumped up little shit off your hands?
Oh, well, there's still the matter of his debt. I don't believe, even with the credits I just gave you, I don't believe you are that flush.
I kind of nudge at the 3 boxes of spice at 6 boxes of spice plus the booster blue that we have. I just kind of nudge it and go,
Would this make a dent in it?
Okay.
We have about 25,000 worth of glitter stim, 2,000 worth of Ava Bush, and 50
Yep, I got the
worth
list
of
pulled
booster
up.
blue. Yep.
Roll a charm.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna require an initial charm roll to see if she's even up for the idea of that. And so it's gonna be charm, and then it's gonna be negotiation, because this is, in essence, this is you selling spice. This isn't like, oh, give me the spice and he's free. This is you're negotiating a price for the stems to pay off his
would
debt.
it be 2 checks or would it just be the 1 check for the negotiation? Because she's already charmed by us. Right?
You're right. Yeah, because your advantages that you spent before.
Like little shits, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean, you're totally right. What is the do we, just so I have the right number written down, what is the amount of the debt?
That would be for Tam to know.
I believe he made that like public information, but
Well,
let me
did.
take a look.
I think it was like 15,000 credits, actually.
12,000. When
Yep,
prodded, Tam spills
12,000
his debt.
credits.
12,000.
I don't offer everything. I offer the glitter stem, which is 20,000 credits worth of glitter stem.
25.
25,000 credits worth of glitter stem, which
Yep.
means she makes a profit on it.
So here
And
is
it's
the
pure
way this
profit because she
goes.
doesn't have to buy it off us to sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
That maybe reduce the difficulty in this.
Go ahead and give me a negotiation. Oh no, this is a streetwise roll. This is very illegal.
Can I
Streetwise.
assist with that?
Yes.
Do you have 2 ranks?
No.
Nuts. Because I've already got 1 proficiency. I don't think you can.
Hmm.
Would it
But
double
No, yeah.
like that?
I have a thing
No,
that removes a setback. I don't know if that could do anything.
Yeah, I was gonna inflict a setback, guys. So it's up to you guys. Like whoever wants to be the main role. I would just need Sari to sort of, take the lead in the actual like narrative of the negotiation. But,
Well, I'm
Sorry,
throwing.
I think this
I'm throwing 1 yellow, 2 green, and I can increase that to 2 yellow with our final light side point.
Yeah, I got a yellow, 2 green, and 1 less setback.
yeah, and so the difficulty I'll just say here with that, man, this is kind of a big deal. If we had a box of Doom, I'd probably roll in it.
I do believe that Sari should be taking point on this then, because Sari gets us 1 less setback dice.
Yeah. So sorry. Go ahead and give me. It's gonna be a streetwise roll.
Mhm.
I can't say that word. Streetwise. It's going to be difficulty of 3, normally with a setback. You know what? Strike that, because it's going to be difficulty of 2 with setback. It really like truly is like she's literally getting her spice back. Like that's the issue. Okay, yeah. So difficulty 2 with setback. That setback goes away. So go ahead and roll your. Are you going to be upgrading any die?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I'll spend the light side. So
Alright.
I get 2 proficiency, 1 ability, 2 difficulty, no setback.
That is right. Go ahead and see. A beautiful exchange. Ooh, wow. Man,
He's
that.
actually kind of making out like a bandit.
Mabel looks at you and says, the one with the tendrils has an interesting offer. Yes, I will take the glitter slit. The fuck, am I having a stroke?
She's smoking the glitter stem.
The shitter glim.
The shitter glim, yep. The glitter stem, I will take that off your hands, and frankly, I expected y'all to kill him. He's rather annoying, and he makes some women feel uncomfortable.
I think kind of looks at Cam.
He has his
Cam
moments.
just kind of side-eyes Kyvax.
Oh, Chad. And Chad goes, yeah? Grab that glitter stem, take it in back. Don't use all of it at once, you'll die. Chad goes,
She'll die.
All right. Oh, kind of heavy, but all right, I'm taking it. Good on you, Chad, doing your job, carrying boxes. Goes right. He's saying that to himself.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, Your Eminence.
Absolutely. I don't know what Your Eminence means, but I'm assuming it's complimentary.
That's what huts like to be referred to as.
She's not a great hut. And actually, yeah, I mean, she is very intelligent, but well, I recommend that you have a drink at the bar, relax, maybe do some of that other spice that I'm seeing. You still have the number of my guy. If you want, I mean, he does only visit back alleys and will come armed, but in a very weird way.
Okay, I'm sorry, May, but you're gonna have to be more specific than that.
No. I want the surprise.
I knew I liked this, sister! And she does a little dance.
Cam's over here like, is this someone else who's going to be having, like, artificial droid arms sticking out of them holding blasters?
All right.
After
Maybe this
Frankly,
dude comes up with, like, a fucking vial. Alright, you try anything funny, I'ma drop my weaponized anthrax.
I don't have the right dispersal method, but me dropping it in this alley will work.
He said, if I go, everybody goes.
And by everybody, I mean just people in the nearest 20-foot radius. I tell you what, this thing could use a bomb.
Maybe if I throw it at, like, an air conditioning unit?
Yeah, just something that man, I'm just coming up with so many ideas here. How can I disperse this anthrax? The FBI goes, sir?
We're on a watch list now.
You're on a watch list. Anyway, that happens. We're just full of beans tonight. I love it. Me and Jack are just vibing with the improv so wild. All right.
That's Jack. He is the king of improv.
I would say I'm a duke.
Okay.
I'm good. But,
You're a dude,
you know.
Right. We're gonna bring you all back to the ship for right now. This has been some shopping episode.
Well, we made 17,500 credits.
You, in fact, did make 17,500 credits. We have half an hour left, and we haven't bought anything. Here we go.
We are credit.
Well, because we need to do the selling first.
That's right. Okay. I think we're just going to go ahead and abstract this at this point. But first, we'll head back to the Stormrunner. So, Lina, your arm is inside the Stormrunner. Just fully.
Yeah.
Alright.
I've already installed the concussion launcher on the outside. Now I'm running the cables through this access panel. Replaced the forward-mounted one. Forward-mounted medium laser with the concussion launcher.
Alrighty.
I did go and get Karga, by the way, before we head back to the ship.
For sure. Karga. Yeah, we'll.
That'll be later.
Be grumbling to myself. Man, I really have to work on pacing. Alright.
Look, pacing is fucking hard.
It
If you
is.
sit down, it's hard to pace.
Yes.
Jessa, remind me to smack you upside the head.
You know, and every single pun that Jessa says, I miss. And and yeah, that's the end of the sentence. So, with that, is there a role for this, for installation? I don't believe there is.
Technically, it's going to fall under the same rules as modding, but you can have me do a mechanics check anyway. They're fun.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Can we not have the laser and the concussion facing forward?
Yeah, that's
we
kind of my
could.
question.
We're running out of hard points. We're kind of heavy on weapons and no other things.
Okay. Then, yeah, we could mount that concussion because we do have the 2 laser turrets.
Yeah.
We
we've
could
got
sell that. We could sell that medium laser as surplus.
Right.
Yeah, because we have 5 hard points and 3 are taken up by weapons. So if you want anything else, we got to stick with those 3.
For sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a mechanics roll. This is just, you have unlimited time. Go ahead and give me a mechanics roll difficulty 1. Just attempt fate and see.
I feel like I should have a boost to something because I'm awesome.
There's only room for one.
I
person
upgrade
that gets
the ability on all mechanics check made to work on my vehicle.
Oh, so you get another yellow die?
Yeah.
So that it doesn't come into another, because all your dies are yellow, right?
No, I had 1 green left.
Oh, are you kidding? Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, that's the thing. I have signature vehicle.
Cool. Yep, go ahead and roll all your yellows against my 1 purple.
Take that.
Almost fails.
Superior quality. You can give it the superior quality with all those advantages.
Oh my god, do it.
No way. Are you
No way.
kidding me? I could have just said no to the roll.
You could have, yeah. Bamboozled.
It literally didn't need a roll. No,
No one
I'm not
can-
allowing this. Absolutely not. No. I will never let you roll easy rolls again. Eat a dick. Even though you wanted to roll. Son of a bitch. I'm going to have a tantrum.
You did that.
Okay. Can I just say that right there has been the highlight of this really good session?
Gonna pour more grape Kool-Aid out and chug it. It's non-sugar, so I'm not killing myself. Don't worry.
It is mixed with vodka, though.
Twisted tea. Anyway, yeah, I'm having grape Kool-Aid with twisted tea. Don't yell at me.
No one said a word. That's your projection. Anyway.
Anyway, so you all come back. You install it. That roll is not happening. You're not getting a superior quality concussion launcher on the front of your transport vessel.
What was that?
You...
Trev?
Yeah.
I thought I heard Trev say something.
No, not yet.
I said Viva la Revolucion.
That was it.
Yes. At this point, I will allow as you finish installing the concussion launcher, everybody returns to the Stormrunner. And the last part of this session will be a shopping game. Are we ready for this?
Yes.
I'm ending the slightly porny music. And we're going to battle music.
We need to sell the rest of our cargo.
Yes, we do. We need to
Are you
clear out
fucking
our
ready to
cargo
sell all your shit?
Yes, we are.
All right, here we go. I gotta turn it off. It's too hyping. All right.
It's exactly the right amount of hype.
A challenger approaches.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and sell this. So, we will run all of like the scenes and stuff that everybody wants to do next session, because we simply don't have the time to fuck around. However, I am going to ask for one main roller, one for your legal goods that you're selling, and one for the illegal goods that you're selling.
I do have them segregated into 4 different piles, because you wouldn't be able to sell factory components where you're selling your vibroax.
Well, thank you so much. We will do that.
So I think Sorry should sell the illegal goods, because that's streetwise.
Mm-hmm.
And Cam should sell the legal goods. I think.
All right.
We're good?
Sounds good.
Wait. Let me look at my streetwise though. I might be pretty good at streetwise. So, hold on.
Oh, please don't sing along to the music. It's delayed.
Listen, you guys don't even know. When this plays on for so long, in between my rolls, I have my own dance routine to it. I do it every single time.
That's why we broke your legs.
Yep. I will.
No, I'd let somebody else do it.
All right, give me 1 second.
I do get to remove a setback if we ever have any, though. My streetwise stack. So,
all right. Let me look at recovery. The recovery for factor tanks, 24-hour period. Okay. If you are okay with spending 4,000 credits, no, actually, well, it's going to be marked up. Give me 1 second. Actually, no. Why would it be marked up? Buying price.
I don't know. You're the GM. You tell us.
Okay. Okay. So this is -1. Is there a buy markup? I don't think there would be for that. If you are okay spending 4,000 credits on for a Bacta tank, that is something that can be brought on the ship, and then essentially I would need a resilience roll from Tam, because I believe you heal wounds at a Bacta tank as well.
Yeah, it reduces the amount of time spent, so basically I can do 2 injuries a week if we have a Bacta test.
I will spend the 4,000 credits.
Well, good. Is like a Bacta tank like is that something that we have to? I need to turn off the music. I'm so sorry.
I was thinking more like a Bacta bed, like Boba Fett has.
Okay.
Something small, something I could tuck in a corner.
For sure. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that for the 4,000 credits.
The Bacta tank is the most space efficient. If we're just being honest here.
Yeah, tank stands up. It could be a coffin-sized tank that stands up in the corner.
Yeah, 100%. For that, Tam, you are put into a Bacta tank after a day of agony. I am going to go ahead
Mm-hmm.
And since we have an unlimited amount of time, frankly, well, not really an unlimited amount of time, but a decent amount of time, I'm going to ask for one medicine check from Lina.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check. It's going to be... Yeah, so it's going to be a difficulty of 3 to heal all of his wounds. And then the back to tank is really good for the critical injuries. So go ahead and give me a medicine check difficulty 3 for the wound, the wounds to get.
We have no light sides. So, last chance, Dan. Eat a dick. You're on your own.
All right. However, after 2 hours, you get 2 wounds back, and you are now fully conscious and able to move in the back tank. So this is okay. Great. That's that. Now we're gonna go ahead and do our selling first, and like Kyle mentioned, I do have these things split up into a bunch of different stores. So I'm going to require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 checks. No, this is for buying, isn't it?
Yeah, selling should just be 4.
Okay, selling is just 4. Sorry, everybody. We had all this organized and beautiful. All right. So for this, it's going to be a negotiation roll. The negotiation roll normally is... Give me just one moment, everybody. I'm so sorry. It's getting late. All right. So it depends on the rarity of the item.
That's for buying.
Fuck.
Yeah, for selling,
Right.
just do the roll. And I've got the calculator set up, so based on their success, 1, 2, or 3.
Okay. Okay. So, and then I just determined the difficulty of the... So I determined the difficulty of it because there's a base difficulty. So is this the first sort of
the fuel, the labor machinery, and the factory components. Nice, cheap, easy.
Nice, cheap, easy. So who is going to be rolling negotiation for this?
I believe Cam.
Yes.
Alrighty. So I'm going to require a negotiation check, difficulty of 1. Now, what we want to do with all of these rolls, and I am I'm going to go ahead and what we want to do with these rolls is you want to roll as many successes as possible, obviously over the difficulty range. So essentially the minimum that you can get on this is 600 credits for all the stuff. That's at the 25% of the buy price. The maximum that you get is the 75% of the buy price, which is 1,800 credits in this. So yeah, everybody make sure that you have the store runner archives open, and then look at the stores tab, and then you can see on the top right that we're copying and pasting all of the stuff for each of these rolls in that top right hand corner. With that, it shows like the buying markup and the selling negotiations. Cheat sheet is wrong compared to the book, which is where I built my calculator from.
Ignore that. I was reading the cheat sheet, and they were only giving successes as an extra 5% each, but the book states 25% per.
Yeah, it's 25% each. Yeah. Okay. So, Cam, go ahead and give me a negotiation roll, difficulty of 1.
All right.
Yeah.
Negotiation roll, difficulty 1, and away we go.
Fantastic. So, that is truly an amazing roll. So, somebody should be keeping track of how many. Very cool. So, for the fuel, the labor, machinery, and the factory components, you go into sort of the honestly, you go to like the space dock store, the dock store, sort of in the wholesale department. You go in and you see the vendor. The vendor is a really shifty guy. You talk your talk. He gives you a very good deal on this stuff. 1,800 credits added to your rolls.
Outstanding.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So, for this one...
Check, none of those are restricted items.
That is right, yep. So, everybody make sure that we're selling the right stuff. So, this is the slug thrower, the standard blaster pistol, the heavy blaster pistol, holdout blaster, and all the vibro weapons. Now, before we sell any of these, does anybody want to keep any of these weapons? We have several of a lot of them.
If no one has any objection, I would like to take a vibro knife.
Okay. We can do that.
That's fine.
Perfect. So then we can set the quantity to 1. Okay, going once. Going twice. Sold. All right. So you head to your trusty neighborhood gun and weapons store, Cameron.
Which is outstanding because there's stuff I want to buy there.
Absolutely. You go ahead and so you put down your big case full of weapons. Go ahead and give me a negotiation range. This is going to be difficulty 2. These weapons are used. And it seems to be a buyer's market right now. There are a lot of weapons for sale.
Okay. Bam!
Yikers.
Oof.
Okay. Something that I hadn't accounted for. Failure. Give me 1 second. I will go ahead and I'm going to ask. So the guy is just fully not interested. He's looking at you and he says, "Listen, you really think I'm going to be buying some half-used, gross pistols? These vibro weapons are nice, but everybody that wants one already has one." You can try again. I am going to reduce the max to 50%. So you no longer are able to get that 75%. Go ahead and roll again. So it's difficulty 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me a moment. I am.
Can I offer
Putting the away.
this is a negotiation check?
This is.
So this is a weapon store. I'd probably be there. Can I offer my trained assistance?
I mean, having a Mandalorian be like, "Look, these weapons are quality shit."
Exactly.
I will allow that on that second roll for sure.
All right, outstanding.
Enough of that for a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm adding the buy-up markup. You can now reduce the selling negotiations by using. Don't worry about me. I'll let you know in a second when I'm done.
All right.
All right. You get, for all of those weapons, 3,250 credits.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Can I use that advantage to get 10% off a custom grip?
I will allow that. Yeah.
All right.
And while I'm here, can I go ahead and buy the paired mod?
Yes, you can.
While you're there.
Okay.
Okay, and we're gonna need to buy whatever stuff Lina needs. I assume Lina sent a stipend for it.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep. So just the she's just looking for the custom grip. So 2 custom grips.
I took the 450 out of my credits.
I took 300 out of mine.
All right.
500 of mine.
Alrighty. Okay, the back to tank. We got the custom grip for. Are you just marking these green once we've got them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the buying markup now will work on the selling negotiation. So let's say they fail, you can say reduce it by 25%. So
Okay. I think
I can now lower the prices even more.
Cool. Yeah, I guess it can be more selective instead of reducing it down by 25% increments. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to buy at the weapons store?
Can I get a one more thing? Can I get a forearm grip?
Forearm grip.
250?
250, yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is funny, because in real life, if you're spending more than $50 for a foregrip, man, you're getting fucking ripped off.
Inflation is wild in Star Wars. All right. For
Right,
that,
sorry. I believe in you. You got the big ticket
Okay.
items.
Big ticket items. All right. These are highly illegal. Just so illegal. They are actively shot stormtrooper armor and a literal crate of blaster rifles.
If it makes it any better, we are on a hut world.
Yeah. With that, you follow the name that was given by Maba. Are you also selling the spice?
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably add the spice in there then.
Oh, we're selling all at once, okay.
Yeah, I kind of figured since it's one black market contact. I will add some color to this if I can. Thank you. You have to go down into. Sorry, you guys. I'm assuming that you guys are coming with Sorry as you go down. Those of you who are mobile. You end up opening a door to a different warehouse. And essentially in this warehouse, you see just a large sort of spiral of stairs going down and down and down. You see a sign as you are going down, entering Daymag's basin. Whoever would like to, please give me a outer rim knowledge check.
I believe I can do that.
Yeah,
Can we all
difficulty.
make it, or does it have to be one person?
It can be everybody.
What's the diff?
Go ahead and give me
What's
difficulty
difficulty?
2. Wow. Oh,
Hey.
sorry, Nose.
Look at all them failures.
I have perfect balance, as all things should be.
Yes. Sorry. You know the name of Daymag the Hutt. Daymag the Hutt
Okay.
is the Hutt overlord that was here before Maba. Sort of the ruler of this sort of area of this city. Daymag was a bastard. As Hutts go, he's about as bad as you can get. He ran child labor slave rings. He actively took part in the separation of families. He would kidnap kids. Some of them just never to be seen. Every sort of illicit business Daymag was involved in. This basin, you know of it, is where the enemies of Daymag were sentenced. Those that he felt too important to kill were sent down here. These were unaffiliated spice dealers, weapons mongers, slavers who are working in the area. This is an area where you do not go unarmed. There are also a lot of people who are political prisoners who made their lives down here. It's dark. It smells even worse down here as you continue moving forward. It's hot. It's muggy. Think about, like, the Terrace Undercity. That's where you're going.
Your way.
The area that you walk into, you feel that you're still in, like, a building, but you also feel underground. You meet where the black market contact said to meet. There are several Gamorreans hanging out. They all give you, with a Mandalorian, a very wide berth. And you see the name of your contact standing there. This is a Deveronian. His name is Draxon. Draxon stands there. He is flanked by 2 Gamorrean enforcers, each of them with a vibro axe and several weapons directly visible on them. He goes, "What's your pleasure, lass?" To you, sorry, as you walk in.
Well, we got some stuff to sell, maybe trade. A few things we're looking to acquire.
Well,
it all comes down to what you got in your inventory and what you want for the things we have.
Thank you for that rather elementary description of how trade works. He turns around. He says, "Stand guard outside. Make sure that there are no people coming in." So we should sell first. I see that. Ooh, we've been bad. Some spice. He sort of smells the case that the booster blue is inside. Ooh, I have a weakness for this particular blend. It's cheap.
I bet.
But...
Opens the lid on the crate full of E11s.
Oh, we've been very bad.
I mean, yeah, because fuck the Empire, am I right?
You are, in fact, right. God, we're going to get along so great. You hear a loud scream from outside, and you all sort of stop, look outside the door, and you see that there's just a woman rocking back and forth on the ground, screaming, and intermittently. Seems to be not sound of mind. She gets up and walks away. Creepy place. He goes. So make your offer. Now is when I'm going to ask Sari for that streetwise check.
What's difficulty?
Difficulty for this, these are all illicit items, but you're talking to a very illicit guy. Go ahead and give me, let's say difficulty 2.
Okay. Oh,
Yikers.
Can we provide a boost die to her for, did she already roll?
She did,
Yeah.
Okay. The 4 advantages will
Throw
come
in
into
the
play.
booster blue.
Yep,
Yeah.
the boost, yeah. Booster blue. Wait, what?
Oh, sorry, sweeten the pot.
Yeah.
Give them the booster blue. It's what they like.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, so I will let that advantage come into play, and I will let you re-roll with the same things of if you get 3 successes, you still get a 75% sell rate. Go
Okay.
ahead
offer-
and
Untrained assistants to give her a boost die?
yeah. How do you provide assistance?
I was the one who opened up the crates and showed like the product in a look at what we've got kind of manner. It's showmanship. That's how I assist.
Showmanship. Yeah. Go ahead and add a
Have a
boost die.
question?
Yeah,
Is there a limit to how many people can help?
I believe it's 1 is the limit.
Yeah.
Well, let me double check because God forbid. Give me 1 second. Let me know if everybody finds it before they.
It says
before I do.
usually limited to 1 assistant in the cheat sheet.
Okay.
This means that it's up to you.
How would Cam assist?
By being charming?
So it's going to be 1 assistance, and then yeah. So go ahead and add a boost die. Sorry.
Okay.
Still difficulty 2.
It's a boost.
Oh,
Are
for
you-
fuck's sake!
Yikers. Okay.
Our boost dice really are just taking up space this session.
Yeah.
The advantage will come into play. You get so it's going to, instead of being a 75% reduction, oh, no, instead of being a 25% reduction, it's going to be a 20%. So this is 0.8.
So it's going to reduce everything
Okay.
by 20%.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me another roll, still with a boost die.
Eezo flip.
There we
There
go.
we go.
The
And can I
boost
add-
die
Continues to be
continues to do nothing!
Yeah.
The extra success could be used to up the price a little bit.
Yep. So that's what it's going to be. So it's going to be that those 2 successes over those 2 net successes are going to be 50 at a. Well, now it's going to be at a. I suppose a 30%. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So you get for all of those rifles, the Stormtrooper armor, and the rest of the spice, 16,960 credits. So,
Yeah. So there's a few things we're looking for that you might be the perfect.
give me 1 moment here. I'm going to undo what you just did, Kyle. Sorry. Could you
Here,
undo
let
what
me-
you just
just-
did?
yeah.
Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. I will give you a chance. Would you like to roll to push your luck? If you succeed on a difficulty 2 roll with a setback this next time, you get to have the higher number, which gets you another almost 10,000 credits. If you fail that, you get the lower number, which is only 8,400 credits. Would you like to press your luck?
I mean, I remove a setback die.
You do.
Do I still
Absolutely.
Get the boost?
You still get the boost die, so you're going to roll exactly what you did again. If you succeed, you get that 25,440 number. If you fail this next one, 8,480 credits. It's up to
Do
you.
we have any light side points?
Nope.
You do not.
What do y'all think?
No. This one's you.
Fuck it.
I think
the
you should
fourth
press
is
your luck.
listening.
Fucking send.
Uh,
I'll start typing the 8,000 now.
nope.
And you
Say
succeed.
that, but why? It do nothing.
Lass, I admire your tenacity. Add 25,440 credits.
Which puts us at a group pool of 30,000. No,
I've got 46. 'Cause I've got
46,150 credits.
So there's a section in the book where it says to always have you guys chasing your money.
We chased it.
You chased it. You found
did.
it.
But to be
truly,
fair,
if the
on our wish list, we could empty that right now.
yeah,
Just the parts for J9 are 8K.
yes,
Be-
Alrighty.
It'd be cheaper just to duct tape them to the top of W.
All right. I will say that this that with the with this guy, he has access to anything with an R next to it. So that's your
Yeah,
he has access to like the data spikes, the taggers, the
that's
like,
exactly
block.
what I was gonna ask.
Alrighty,
If he has
fantastic.
the armored robes for me, and then the data spike, the tagger, and the lock breaker for Tam.
The armored robes, I will say, they are rarity 8. I am going to so rarity 7 for this. They're also very specialized for Jedi. So I am actually going to do a roll.
See if he even has them.
Yeah. For the data spikes and for the I'm not gonna even though the electronic lock breaker is rarity 5 for the armored robe, I'm gonna roll a percentile dice. Do you want?
So there is a mechanic for this.
Oh well, I like mine better. Okay, what's the mechanic? Sorry.
It depends on the difficulty of the item. There is an investigation or negotiation check. I can't remember which one. With a difficulty correlating to the rarity of the item. I think Buford has the table.
So for something like this is not a normal item.
This is
Yeah.
this is armor under robes, not necessarily to look like a Jedi, just to protect her more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's specially like made.
Yeah, for quick, fast movements of a melee fighter. So.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I will say that. Yeah, I will allow. We'll go off of just the rarity table then. This is going to be a hard. So difficulty 3 because of the reduced rarity.
And I think, Cam, don't you have something for that?
I do. I have black market. Well, you know what? I do have black market contacts to make it easier. So I have 2 ranks of black market contacts, and I can lower the rarity by 1 per rank. So I can lower the rarity by 2, but for each level of the item's rarity is decreased, its cost increased by 50% of its base cost. So that's more money, but we'll be able to get it.
Did you say 50?
50. So this is. Here's the thing. I didn't want to say anything. I think that our GM is very kind and generous.
Mhm.
I think most people would probably make these things very, very difficult to obtain. And so, sure, you can get it easier, but you're just going to have to pay for it is kind of the thing.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. And for the and yeah, so buying stuff from the black market, there's going to be a markup essentially, and is how So thank you for bringing that up. For the armored robe, yeah, you're absolutely able to. So it would reduce a difficulty 3 check to a difficulty 2 check, but it would double the cost from 4,500 to 9,000. If my math works right.
Yeah,
It would lower it from 3 to 1, but it would increase it to...
so does it say the difficulty of the check or the rarity?
The rarity would go down by 2. So I don't know if that lowered 1.
It does not. So the rarity scale... Here, I'll post that.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. The rarity scale, I'll put that right here, just so that everybody has access to it. It is in the notes, but... So that's what we're talking about here. That is sort of what I'm basing the difficulty on. So to find it here, I'm going to go ahead and say, difficulty 3, unless we're using that the one-off to reduce it to 2. Because Sari is specifically looking for this item, I would require a streetwise check from Sari to see if this, just basically to see if this person has access to this thing. Yeah. So it would be streetwise difficulty 3. Would be the roll for that.
I mean, I can try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oof. A very even, literally an even roll. No dice, unfortunately. So this specific trader, he looks at you and he says, yeah, it's not really something I carry, unfortunately. But I do have a bunch of electronic supplies. He pulls out a big box. For that.
It's like the IT guy opens the drawer, just random miscellaneous
100%
computer parts. Yeah.
You see that this guy kind of specializes in slicer equipment. So this guy would be sort of the guy you get that stuff from. You see he's wearing a funny, like, eye visor thing. Very, like, Olympics shooter.
So slice and spice is what this guy's for.
Slice and spice. Literally what I have in my notes.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you know who could install a couple hidey holes on my ship? Now, I don't mean just sort of move things around till you make some space. I'm talking about the ones that are difficult to scan, even if you know they're there. You know, for privacy concerns.
Yeah, so Cam, for that I will require a rarity roll here. It is just rarity 3. So the roll for that would be streetwise.
And it's reduced by 1 for being on Sleheyron.
Yeah, so rarity from 4 to 3. That makes the difficulty of the check just a difficulty 1 roll. Just to see all right. I didn't hear it. Oh man! So I'm assuming. Yep. That goes through. He goes, yeah, I got a guy. He works at the spaceport. Not really happy in his current position, but I can get him there.
I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. So with this, Kev, do you need help with anything?
Yeah, we're just gonna buy the things that Tam wants then.
And I do have a couple of things that I'm looking for, but that is more like just legitimate shopkeepers that I'm looking for.
That's all the restricted items on our shopping list.
Okay, cool. I am going to impose, since these are restricted, but this guy is Maba specific and he's been told about you, I am just having a 10% markup. So with this, the buy price, 4,758 credits.
Okay. I mean, we'll buy it.
Alrighty. Go ahead and add those to your list.
Got it.
Fantastic. All right. So I work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm done. If y'all are done, we will finish the buying.
We're never fucking done.
Next time. I want to thank every single one of you for being so awesome and having a great episode. And it felt so not stressed at all, even though it was a little bit stressful. And I learned today that, hey, you guys don't need combat. You guys are good with talking and stuff. Not like I didn't know that before. But, to those of you who are watching, thank you so much. If you would please, wherever you're watching this, either or listening to this on your Spotify or your whatever, or your YouTube Music, if you're watching this from Reddit, please give it a rate and then share it. If you're watching it on YouTube, thank you. Anybody who's watching and listening to this, go ahead and like, subscribe, do all the things. Send us a comment. I'll respond to it.
I love comments. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
If you're on Reddit, I might reply.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Well, we love you over here.
On Tumblr, I might reply. I don't even know if we post this on Tumblr.
We do not.
We do not, and I don't think anybody... Well, people use Tumblr, but... All right.
I'm ancient, and if it wasn't for some random comment, we wouldn't even have Spotify or YouTube Music.
Literally. And with that, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, week, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
How much XP do we get?
You get 10 XP.
Hooray.
Woo! I am constantly forgetting where the fuck that is.
Still the last tab.
page.
Always the last tab.
Okay.
I'm increasing my soak by 1.
Ooh,
Great.
25 XP. Give me a moment.
You're gonna have to work to kill me, motherfucker.
Improve stim application. Or, I don't think I need resourceful refit yet. And I haven't used the first...
Oh, hell
yeah.
You should go directly down for the one that ups your stat as fast as you can.
That is what I just purchased.
Dedication?
Yeah.
Nice.
Huh, must be nice to not have to fix everyone's problems.
Alrighty, folks. I hope everybody had a fun time. I will see you all next weekend. I do work all mornings this week, so if anybody wants to play anything, my line is always open.
Dibs on Friday.